Here this evening, and it's a good one, Jay. Bulldogs off to a 1-1 start after a bit of a hiccup in week one. They got back on their feet last week against Davenport Central, facing off against Davenport North, a team they haven't played in 3 years. Jay, this is not the Davenport North team that many Bettendorf fans are used to.
No, not at all, and not one that they're really excited to see in Week 3. Mentioned this earlier today on our ESPN 1170 AM show, Don't Hassle Us for Local. This would be a huge signature win for the Davenport North program. This would be a very big loss for the Bettendorf Bulldogs program if it happens tonight.
No doubt. This is two teams that have played 30 times in the history, and it's as one-sided basically as you can get. Bettendorf, 29 wins, just one loss. That came back in 1997. 15-7 was the score that night. North got that victory, and since then, 17 straight wins by the Bulldogs, none closer than 29 points. So that's pretty one-sided. But again, this is not the same North team that many fans have come to know over the years. Coach Height has this turned around, and really it started with Coach Cruzy, who's now over at Davenport West. He kind of turned this thing around in his 3 years there before he left to go to Mason City for 1 year. But Coach Height took over last year, led the Wildcats to a 6-3 season. Could have made the playoffs, lost out in that crazy tiebreaker system. Strength of schedule really kind of brought them down, kept them home from the playoffs last year. But North off to a 2-0 start this year, Jay, and their competition hasn't been very strong, but they took care of business against Burlington in week one. 40-7, and then last week against Davenport West, kind of an ugly game. It was raining. It was a lot of ugliness last Friday night all over Eastern Iowa. 21-0 the final, although that not 3 touchdowns. They had 2 safeties and a field goal in the first half. Added a couple touchdowns in the second to get that 21-point spread. So they're off to a 2-0 start, and both these teams, what we're going to see tonight, what we should see tonight, Jay, two of the best defenses in Eastern Iowa, and this might be a low-scoring, knock-yourself-in-the-mouth kind of football game.
Absolutely. North's defense has been phenomenal all year. It does not matter who they played in week 1 or week 2 at all. All that matters is the notches on the left column, and that's in the win department for Davenport North. They're one of 6 teams in Class 4A that remain undefeated. That's a huge deal. Bettendorf, they may be trying to overlook them because they have a big game next week against Pleasant Valley. That's their crosstown border war. Some say the Battle Hy-Vee, the Battle Whiteys, whatever you want to call it. It's always a game. They should not overlook this Davenport North team at all. And this is a game, like I said, it will be a signature win for Davenport North if they can come into Tuvell Stadium and win tonight.
No doubt. I think that may be what happened last week again with North. They were kind of looking ahead of Davenport West. They knew what was on the schedule tonight, and this is a win that they would love to get to kind of prove to everyone that they are the team that they think they are. And you're talking about defense. We have 2 of the best defensive linemen in the state in this ball game tonight, and for Davenport North, that's Dominic Wiseman, a player that is opening a lot of eyes. Just a junior. He was the All-District Defensive Player of the Year last year as a sophomore. This year, second-team All-State, named by the Des Moines Register preseason. So he does a lot. He's an enthusiastic guy. He is in the backfield faster than you can blink your eye. And he's great. And then Bettendorf, of course, great defensive lineman as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what do you have to say about it? I mean, the lineman there. I mean, you've got a state champion wrestler on the defensive line. That's enough as it is. I mean, Bettendorf, it sends out always great defensive linemen and offensive linemen, but he's the Iowa recruit, and he's a state champion, and the University of Iowa loves their state champion wrestlers, and you can't look at anything better than Griffin Little.
And we talked about Dominic Wiseman being second team preseason All-State by the Des Moines Register. Well, Little's first team. So there you go, 1 and 2 facing off tonight, and that will be fun to watch those two guys go at it. We talked a little about defense, and the Bulldogs always hang their hat on defense and have another great defense this year. Hanging a shutout on Central last week, like they should. They're a much better team than Central. They took care of their business. But you look at tackles for loss, and one of the stats that just popped out. If you get about 10 tackles for loss a game, you are a great defense. and the Bulldogs have 21 this season, so they're right there. Davenport North comes in tonight at 40 and a half tackles for loss. They're averaging 20 per ball game. Now, again, it's against Burlington and Davenport West, but it doesn't matter. You stop a team behind the line of scrimmage 40 times in 2 games. That's what we're looking at tonight for this North defense.
The captains get out to the middle of the field. It looks like North will be receiving the ball in the first half. So we are just a few minutes away from the opening this game off. It's Bettendorf's homecoming. Weird year for homecoming. I think we all kind of know why. There was no homecoming parade. They announced a homecoming court and all that fun stuff. I was shocked at the amount of people here tonight, Roland. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, we're looking out at the north side right now. Not a lot of fans over on the north side, but a pretty good crowd over for Bettendorf. And different schools do it different ways. Most schools, though, hand out tickets to the players to give to people they want to be at the game. Now, certain schools do that for cheerleaders also, but still, there are a good amount of fans here on the Bulldog side, no doubt about it.
What do you think the fans will be seeing tonight here? What's North going to bring? Because you've seen them 2 times now. Mm-hmm. What's North going to bring as opposed to what Bettendorf, traditional Bettendorf, usually a strong running game, strong defense, but like I said, they're 1-1 this year. What's North going to bring tonight?
Well, North's a fun team to watch in that we talked about defense a lot. We already talked about Dominic Wiseman, tackles for loss. We know what they're going to do defensively. Offensively, they're going to go no huddle. They 100% no huddle, 100% shotgun. Pretty much this entire season, they've gone 4 receiver sets, a lot of trips. They'll go 2 receivers each way a lot as well. 1 back, no tight end. So they like to spread the field. Coach Height likes to throw the ball around. Now, he started the year with 2 different quarterbacks and basically platooned them. You got Zane Beebe, he's a senior, and then you got Nolan Mosier, a 6'4" kid with a strong rocket arm, just a sophomore.
A 6'4" sophomore.
Exactly, and I think the future is bright with Mosier, and I think we're about to have the national anthem here, so let's listen on in. Or the fight song. Yeah. Well, while we listen to the fight song and wait on the national anthem, I'll continue that thought. Mosier is definitely the future of this team. But I talked to Coach Height last night. Coach Height, very superstitious, by the way, goes to the same restaurant every Thursday night, eats the same dinner every Thursday night. At least
Can you plug that restaurant? What is it?
I don't know if I want to call them out because fans might show up.
I completely understand that because full disclosure here, I'm a former Bettner Bulldog, and I do know the coaching staff, and they kind of move themselves around too because you know what else happens? Parents like to show up, tell you who should be the starting wing, who should be the starting running back, who should be the starting offensive lineman. So yeah, but that restaurant, if they know who it is and they want to plug us, well, they can always throw us a few dollars here and there.
There you go. It's a good restaurant, I'll say that. Yeah. And he gets the chicken tender dinner.
Oh, nice.
At least until they lose, and then he might switch that up. But nonetheless, had a chance to talk to him last night, and he said he's just going to go with BB tonight. He's going to, at least until BB gives him a reason to not go with him. So that 2-platoon system looks to be ending tonight, and they'll just go with the senior for this game unless something happens to change their mind.
Now we got it.
Now we have the national anthem. Nicely done there on the singing of our national anthem tonight as we approach kickoff here between Bettendorf and Davenport North. Finishing our thought on the Wildcat offense. So they like to spread it out. They like to go shotgun, no huddle. They like to spread it out, too. There's not really a go-to guy. Quincy Wiseman might be the go-to guy if you had to pick one. The older brother of Dominic Wiseman he has one touchdown, but just a couple of catches so far this year in 2 games. Game 1 against Burlington, 7 different receivers caught a pass. That kind of tells you what their mindset is and their confidence and their depth, both on offense and defense. So that's been a problem in North in the past, getting depth. They got depth this year, and they are a dangerous team.
Like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. It's not the Davenport North team as of old. It's definitely not a team from 1997, the team that you mentioned the last time they beat them. It's going to, with the no huddle, it's going to put the Bettendorf defense to the test, the same way Washington did to Bettendorf in week 1. So what we're going to try to see out of Bettendorf is what they're going to solidify out of their quarterback position, Nimkina in the backfield, and to see if they can come out and score. North's going to receive first, so we're going to see if North can go down the field in their no huddle, or if the Bettendorf defense can hold them. I think before we even went on air, you said you're really interested to see who scores first, right?
And I think that's big. I think you got a team that traditionally doesn't do well against another team. If North gets on the board first, all of a sudden that's all the confidence they need to just prove to themselves they belong. Talent-wise, they belong for sure. These two teams very equal. Absolutely. But so much of sports is mental, and you just got to prove to yourself sometimes that you belong. And I think scoring first would go a long way. Now, if the Bulldogs get out of the lead tonight, that goes the opposite direction. All of a sudden, that creates doubt in this Wildcat team. And so I think definitely who hits pay dirt first will go a long way tonight.
The Bettendorf Bulldogs are coming down the field at Tuvel, down the hill. You can see maybe just a little bit to the right now. The camera get the weight room overlooking that. But yeah, Bettendorf's coming out to their back in black, and they'll be coming out first. Davenport North right behind them. We are just 2.5 minutes away from kickoff here at Tuvel. Homecoming game here in Bettendorf, and it's going to be a fun one. I really do enjoy anything like this. There's a lot of times, Roland, I'm not going to lie, I look at this on the schedule or the idea that we're going to stream this and think continuous clock. I don't have those feelings at all in me whatsoever.
No, I see this being a one-score game. I see it being a low-scoring game, and I'd be surprised if it doesn't come right down to the end tonight for sure.
Yeah, so the Bulldogs looking to take off here. Homecoming game for the Bettendorf Bulldogs, and to a crowd of about, I don't know. I don't even want to speculate how many. It's not the normal crowd you see here at Tuvel, but.
Yeah, and this is a big game. I mean, everyone makes the playoffs this year. So when you're talking about big games, there's nothing at stake in losing your postseason bid. You're going to the playoffs. As long as you don't get COVID, you're going to the playoffs.
All right, let's mention that real quick while we have 90 seconds before kickoff. This year is different because of the COVID year, whereas you had a certain time as the athletic director, the coach, or just your administration, your school, to apply to the state and say, yes, in Class 4A, I would like to be our team would like to be in the playoffs. So it really doesn't matter what your record is. Either you applied or you didn't, right?
Yeah, everyone's going, basically. And so as long as you're healthy, you're going, so that's good. So that's not on the line tonight, but doesn't matter. This is, like I said, there's a lot at stake for both these teams. North wants to win this game for the first time since 1997. That's crazy to think about, really, when we're talking decades. And the Bulldogs don't want to go 1-2. That's not who they are about ever. So that's kind of what is at stake tonight. Both these teams definitely have this one circled and want to get this win bad.
There are people out there watching on Facebook Live, and we're on Don't Hassle Us for local Facebook Live. There are people watching on YouTube as well. This is a bigger game than what you may think because they can't be in attendance. There might be an 8, 9, 10-year-old future Wildcat watching this game, seeing them beat the Bulldogs that used to. Might be a 14-year-old watching this in 8th grade that plays for Davenport Youth Program. To see them beat the Bulldogs is a big deal to them. And same thing for Bettendorf. they're watching them because they can't be here. Hey, I've been coming to these games since I was in second grade, 1983. I can't, and I had to look at my son and say, like, no, you can't come to the game. And that's it. This is so, it's big because this gets to be streamed. These kids, these student athletes, they get to watch at home. Their aunts and uncles get to watch it down in Arizona, Florida, whatever else. Hopefully you guys are sharing it out there. But we're about to kick off here. Bettendorf versus Davenport North. And like we said, we're very excited, and I can't wait to bring this to you guys at home.
And no doubt about it, great to be a part of this. Thanks for the invite, Jay. And what we're going to see here is a very strong kick. Kane has kicked off 6 times this year. All 6 have been touchbacks.
And that one will be as well.
There we go. So make it 7 of 7. That's always a nice weapon to have there when you can get that ball into the end zone and not have to worry about a return. That's something that North does not have with their kicker. He's got an accurate kicker, but not the strength of legs. So Bulldogs will be able to get some returns going tonight against Davenport North. So
all right. It's time for that offense that you talked about, Rowan.
Here we go. No huddle and shotgun and spread it out. And Zane Beebe, the senior, out of the gun. He'll have Cade Sheedy right off his left hip. And then 4 receivers, 2 each direction. Back to throw, and there is Sheedy. And Sheedy can't handle that one. A little bit low. And, Jay, that's what we're looking at tonight. What are the nerves going to be like for North?
Well, sometimes it's, you're going against a team that traditionally makes it to the state semifinals. And that's something it's always in the back of your mind. Even though it's just another team on your schedule, you still know that traditionally they're right in the hunt every year.
And this time the handoff to Sheedy. He bounces out, though, and makes something out of nothing. So nice job keeping his feet there. Cade Sheedy, a talented running back and one of just many Sheedys. Of course, last year, if you're familiar with North, Priest Sheedy, a wide receiver, had a good season. He's graduated, but now Cade is there.
Looking at 3rd and 4 here.
Back to throw. A little swing out to Sheedy, and
a first down.
I think he's got enough.
I think he's got it.
So North moves the chains. It wasn't pretty, but they got the job done, and now you can kind of just settle down a little bit.
Absolutely. Now you can breathe. You got through. You didn't go 3 and out. You can relax and say, hey.
Here we go. 5 receiver set. They have not run this yet this year. Sheedy in motion, and there's Beebe. Beebe does have this in his arsenal.
Yeah. That's good for 5 or 6. That's a nice look. That's a nice run for them.
And we talked about the 2 quarterbacks. The younger Mosier, the sophomore, is not able to do that. That's something Beebe brings to the table right now, being able to move his feet, and showed it right there. So we got trips to the left and short down, and second down and short.
Uh-oh. Stays on his feet. Eludes a tackler. Maybe a loss of a yard there,
Loss of a yard, but a nice job right there by Beebe, just making something out of nothing. At least that could have been disastrous.
Because it was not looking good from jump. But
and that's a big thing to watch tonight. We talked a little bit about Griffin up front in this defensive line. North starts 2 sophomores on their offensive line.
Oh.
So that's definitely something we're going to need to watch all night here. What kind of pressure that Bettendorf's able to get with that very inexperienced O-line. 3rd down in short, out of the gun, looking to throw is Beebe. Beebe has a man wide open. That's Isaac Griffiths, and he has enough to move the chains once again. Isaac Griffiths, nice catch out there in the left flat, and North is approaching midfield. 10:14 to go here now in this first quarter. First drive of the game. Thanks for joining us here tonight from Tuvel Stadium. Here's the give to Sheedy. Sheedy makes a couple men miss, and another big game.
In Bettendorf territory now. You got to like the way this is going right now for Davenport North. They got to be happy on that sideline.
Yep, they're moving, and I don't know. It takes a while as a defense, too, to get ready for the pacing of a no-huddle offense. There's only so much you can do in practice to simulate this. Here's the give to Sheedy again, and he's close. Looks maybe about a yard short, so a 3rd down and about 1 upcoming for North. They'll look over to the sideline and get the call from Coach Height. Same personnel in there. Looks like they'll tighten up a little bit, but 2 receivers each direction. Look for Sheedy, look for Beebe maybe to keep this. And now they'll change the play up there after they got to look at the defense. And here's the give to Sheedy, and I don't think he got it. Actually lost the ball, Jay. It's loose.
Wow.
Both teams, of course, pointing
Yeah.
their own way. North did get it back, but 4th down, they lost a couple yards on the play. And it looks like they will punt the ball away. So Bettendorf bends a little bit, but does not break on that first drive.
You know what? Not a bad time for a fake.
What we
Not
got
a bad
going on?
time.
Yeah.
Then we got what kind of formation we got going on here?
Well, there's
the fake. Look at me. Oh, but it does not work out.
Yeah, that didn't fool too many people.
No, I don't think
If
it
Jay
did.
Foster sees it coming from up here, you know that the Bulldogs saw
That's
that coming on
true.
the sideline too. So that was Giovanni Morales, talented punter, wide receiver, however, and kind of threw the ball like a wide receiver right there. Not a whole lot on that.
Yeah, it's even though I recklessly speculated maybe it should happen, with that formation coming out really didn't trick anybody.
And I don't like that. You know, it's 4th and 3. If you want to go for it, go for it. You're not going to fool a disciplined team.
I would have rather seen them throw that out route that they did back at their own, I think, their own 34 for that first down. I would like to see that in the flat. But
And you're talented enough on offense. You proved it. Just go get 3 yards. You want to get 3 yards. You don't need to be tricky. And now it kind of bites you in the butt. And great field position for the Bulldogs.
let's figure out who we got under center now for the Bulldogs.
Well, that'd be Garden at quarterback. He came in, started last week, and there's some movement up front and a whistle. So Tynan Numkana got the start at quarterback week 1 and struggled against Washington. Threw 3 interceptions and saw himself move to running back week 2. And actually, Zach Garden did a really nice job there last week and leading them to a victory over Central.
With the movement, now we're still at 1st and 5.
About 8.5 minutes to go here in this first quarter.
Nice.
There's the
little-
give, and
yeah,
there's that defense. Nice job of eluding
real
that initial
close. Probably
pressure.
gonna move that to a 2nd and 2.
But you notice Davenport North was in that backfield. That's that defense, and that's what they do. So great job there of gaining some yards, what could have been a negative play. 2nd and 2 upcoming, and they'll send trips out to the left here, Jay. Garden out of the gun.
I don't think we're going to see anything too tricky. Maybe like a draw out of this. Yeah, and there I
Back
am
to
wrong
throw,
again.
and now he's in trouble
Yeah.
and going to be run out of bounds. Lost
Just
some
let
yardage.
him go. Let him go. Don't want to flag or anything like that. Don't get overzealous. Third and 8.
Loss of 5 on that play. 3rd and 8 upcoming. And now you're in a throwing situation. That's right where Davenport North wants you to be. They'll send trips out to the right. Garden will go out of the gun. Oliver Baccaris among the trips. As a man in motion. And the give is to that man. He's got a long way to go,
not
though.
looking good for them.
And
And we're going
they're-
to be in a punting situation for Bettendorf here at their own, at
And that's
Norris
BB,
49.
BB, the quarterback, on the tackle, playing a little defense. And that first drive there for the Bulldogs, we talked about tackles for loss and how Davenport North has 40 in 2 games. They just got back-to-back tackles for loss on that first drive. So punting situation now for the Bulldogs. As we're approaching halfway through this first quarter, about 7 minutes to go, still no score. 2 teams kind of filling each other out. And Peter Fan is back, calls fair catch, struggles with it.
Let's
Ball
see
hit-
if we can make
yeah,
something
he-
out of this. Better watch that. Nothing. Tackle is going to go down at the 9 or 10. They're going to spot it at the 9. So it's 1st and 10 at Davenport North's 9. 6:51 left in the first quarter. Still scoreless, 0-0. Davenport North took the opening drive into Bettendorf territory. Didn't make it very far. went for a fake punt, turned the ball over. Bettendorf didn't make it far at all. And here we are, Davenport North's second possession of the ballgame.
And again, they'll send 3 receivers to the short side of the field right now. BB looks to throw. Quick little screen pass out in the flat, and not much there on first down. Looks like Quincy Wiseman, the receiver on that play.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in, all over on Facebook Live and YouTube as well. This is something new that we've started to do, and we hope to continue to do it. Pass the flat.
That's Giovanni.
Oh, he's got room.
Giovanni Morales makes a couple of men miss.
Yeah, that's good closure, though, by the defense. I really thought he had a little seam there.
Giovanni Morales, nice receiver, Jay. He caught 5 passes last week. 4 of them were on 3rd and longs, moved the chains each time. He's kind of the go-to guy early for BB this season. There we are, 3rd and short again, and there's some movement up front.
Bettendorf looks like they kind of reacted like they're guilty.
Yep, hard count, and that works, and that will move the chains. First down, a big first down for Davenport North, getting out of the shadow of their own end zone. Well, still, this has the feel of just 2 heavyweights just filling each other out early rounds. Who's going to get the first big hit? And there's Isaac Griffiths out in the flat, and not a whole lot there. Griffiths will be brought out of bounds after a few yards. But again, no huddle, just what they like to do. Go quick. Get that defense tired. Here's BB to throw. BB, slant pass, perfect pass right there. Quincy Wiseman still on his feet. Wiseman.
Still moving.
Wiseman all the way down to just about the 50-yard line, Jay. Nice connection right there. And Wiseman moving the chains, and there's that first big play we talked about.
You got to like what you're seeing out of this North offense.
Again, 2 receivers each direction. They go right back up, and they're back at it. And here, Cade Sheedy goes right between the tackles and finds not a whole lot there. Maybe about a foot. So 2nd down and 10 upcoming for North.
On the scoreboard here for us, kind of make a little picture-in-picture. Not get too crazy with it.
Here's BB looking to throw. BB under pressure, puts it down, and look at the moves.
He's still up. That's a first down. That'll move the chains also.
That's senior leadership right there. That's what BB does. He likes to just run. He's got that instinct. You know, kind of reminds you of a quarterback they had here at the Bulldogs not too long ago. Did stuff like that. Here's the give to Cade Sheedy, and Sheedy again goes nowhere. Carter Bell, just that same kind of player, though. Got things done with his feet, and that just brings a whole different dimension to a football team when you have that quarterback that just knows when to tuck it and run. BB out to Morales, and there's a flag on the play.
He's still up on his feet, though. Uh-oh. Nah, that's nothing.
We'll see what that flag is about. Just a beautiful night for football.
Yeah, well, thank goodness. I mean, after last week, we didn't know if we're ever going to have a normal type of game to be able to do something like this. We don't have, like, all that high-tech stuff like a MediaCom or whatever else, but we make do what we got, right?
No doubt, and that is a roughing the passer called on the Bulldogs. So the first big mistake of the game, 15-yard penalty, and all of a sudden North is knocking on the door. Two receivers each direction. Cade Sheedy remains in the backfield on the hip. BB looking to throw. BB under pressure. BB's got a man. and about 7 yards on that completion. So Davenport North, nice gain on first down. Will bring up second and short. Back to throw, Beebe. Under pressure, can't get away this time.
Boy.
And the Bulldogs answer back.
Roland, this is kind of exactly the way you said it was going to be. Back and forth. Possessions are key. Make the most of what you have when you have the possession. And so far, I mean, North is moving. Bettner's the one that hasn't gotten too much offensively.
That was Ryan Cole on the sack. Nice play there by him. Here's Beebe looking to throw. Beebe's got room if he wants to run. He does.
Get cut in. Nice.
And he gets it down to about the 21-yard line, 22-yard line. So, again, Beebe getting it done with his feet, and that will make a very manageable situation upcoming on fourth down. Not a lot of leg on their kicker, but it looks like they're going to try a field goal here, Jay.
Oh, boy.
Isaac Griffiths. This would be his long of his career. We're looking at 39-yarder. Watch the fake possibly. Nope, Griffiths puts it down. It had the distance just a little to the left. So we remain scoreless here. 1:58 to go in the first quarter. Between Bettendorf and Davenport North out at Tuval Stadium. Roland Glenbine, Jay Foster. Happy you could find us tonight on the internet. Facebook, wherever else we are, right?
YouTube. Don't hassle us, we're local. Facebook Live, YouTube, don't hassle us, we're local.
If you're watching, call a friend. Let everyone know.
Yeah, and since we have this a little bit, before Snap, we'll get back to that in a second. Plug Twitter a little bit, and I'll follow you on QCSportsnet.com.
All right, Garden leads his troops back out. He's going to throw. That ball sails over the head of Tynan Numkana out in the flat. Incomplete. But again, Garden under pressure. I don't think he got as long as he wanted to set his feet on that one. And second down and 10 upcoming.
There are some comments on the Facebook thread. Some things out there saying I like color guy, love color guy Jay or press box Jay. I don't even know which either one of those means, but I don't know if the color guy or just the guy who's fiddling with the camera trying to pull up the scoreboard. But hey, we're getting there. There's a keep.
Garden close to a first down.
Yeah, about the 28 or 29. Want to thank the Bettendorf football team as well, letting us use their huddle sideline. We have only two cameras set up. We're hoping next game we'll have even more, but they're doing a great job on their huddle sideline, and I appreciate their letting us use a little bit of their stream.
There's Ryan Cole. Cole trying to find a hole, and I think he's short. Fourth down upcoming.
What do you think Wiley's going to do here? Fourth and short?
Knowing Aaron Wiley, he's punting, right?
I would assume so, but I wouldn't. Why?
I don't know. Points will be at a premium tonight. How risky do you want to get?
Because it doesn't matter because every team makes the playoffs. See what you can do. If you're in the dome, if you finally make it to the dome, why not see what you can do in these situations? It's a gut check time.
No doubt about it. We might just get a hard count here. We'll see. 10 seconds on the play clock. Numkana in motion. Here's the Gandalf. And second effort.
It looked like he got it.
Second effort, he did get it. Well, North had a chance to get the stop there.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Referee on the south side of the end zone was dancing back and forth. On the north side of the end zone, gave him the first. It was real close.
All right, so they take a chance. It pays off. First down as we approach the final seconds of the first quarter here. Still no score. Garden out of the gun. Here comes some pressure. Garden, not a lot of times. Got to tuck it up and run. Got a little room if he can get a block.
No. he got hit pretty hard there too.
Yep, and that's going to bring us
in the first quarter.
to the end of the first quarter. No score, Bettendorf and Davenport North. Well, what we expected, Jay. We expected defense to kind of take charge in this ball game, and thus far we're getting what we thought we would get, two of the best defenses in Eastern Iowa.
Well, with limited practice on both sides, you kind of have to figure out what you can get going with your offense and where the chemistry goes. Defensive-wise, I honestly, I don't know the ins and outs of what their team meetings are like because how close they can get to each other, how often they can be around each other, but it seems like North is fast to the ball, and Bettendorf, when needed to so far, they've done the type of thing, spread out like a hand and close like a fist. So, but North really has been impressive on the offensive side so far.
Yeah, we talked about getting that confidence, and we talked about scoring first would be a big step in this game, and no one's done it yet, but the fact that no one's done it yet is a confidence boost for Davenport North. Right now they're thinking, all right, yeah, we belong here, and we can play with them. And like I talked about, you know it, we know it, but until you prove it to yourselves, and now scoreless here entering the second quarter, the longer they stay in this game, the more this confidence is going to build up on this North team, and the Bulldogs need to change that if they want to come away with a win tonight and just kind of
this is not the traditional type of Bettendorf offense you're used to. You're used to someone breaking off a 58-yard run or a 63-yard pass, opening up a 21-0 score. So it's going to go back and forth. I do think we're going to see one big play out of either one of these teams coming up soon, though.
Here's Garden looking to throw. He's got a lot of room and sails it out of bounds, looking for Numkana along the far sideline. Threw it over his head. Well, Numkana's been that guy. I mean, at least last week, running the ball. He's got that kind of talent to break one off.
His dad was All-State. Nate Numkana for the Bulldogs? Of course he is.
Well, yeah. I mean, genes only take you so far, Jay.
I just had to give a shout-out to Nate. He's my neighbor and friend.
All right, big third down here. 3rd and 6. What do the Bulldogs have?
Man in motion.
That's Numkana in motion.
He's in trouble.
A little screen pass, and
they're not falling for this. Like, I'm telling you right now, Bettendorf has scouted well, and it's got nothing to do with the 2020 year. Bettendorf's being scouted well because they're running the same plays that they've been doing for 4 years.
Yep, they were ready for that, no doubt. And this is a good defense. That's not going to work. So 4th down and long, I'm coming.
Is this going to be time for one of those big plays I say we're going to happen before the half?
That was Kevin Hinton on the nice stop there for North.
No, he's going to call a fair catch there. As 28. All right, North's going to take over here.
And that's my favorite player there for Davenport North. That is their punt returner, Peter Fan. Peter Fan. I'm waiting for him to break one off and get a touchdown. Take it back to Netherland. Something like that, you know? Here we go. 11:06 to go, second quarter.
During the halftime, we can answer some questions. So if there's any questions out there on the Facebook Live thread, please do. If you have my number, which I'm getting my phone getting blown up, Roland, you may be as well. Any questions at halftime that we can talk about, we'd love to answer them for you. So there's a few questions as far as both teams that maybe we should be answering at halftime because no, whistle blown. Let's not get anybody hurt. Yes.
And that was Tyson Hill on the carry.
Second and 9 for Davenport North.
BB back to throw. He's got the man. Perfect pass. And there goes Quincy Wiseman. Quincy has a long gain all the way down near the 35-yard line. Well, that you can't throw that any better, Jay.
Nope.
BB found Wiseman, and that's a big gain. And quickly up to the line come the Wildcats.
You're not there yet. You're not there to scream out, he's cut, the Russian is cut, but North is feeling it.
And that intended for Isaac Griffiths. Not really a good chance there. Bettendorf read that one. And Beebe just throws it out of bounds. Trips to the left. Beebe overlooks the defense. He's got Wiseman out there. Instead, he gives it off to Hill. Hill got to get the corner. And couldn't do it.
Go back to the air. Go back to what got you over midfield. Both times you've been over midfield.
And there was Griffin Little right there on the stop. Third and long. Griffiths will come out to the right. He's got Quincy Wiseman, who's already had a couple big catches among the trips on the short side, looking to throw.
Back to the air.
Throws it up for grabs. And there's that first turnover, Jay.
And what did I just say? Every time I say something, I'm completely wrong. I feel like I'm a...
Willie Mathis intercepts the pass, and Davenport North again comes up empty.
Yeah, they're looking for that slant over the middle. Well, let's see if Bettendorf can make something out of this. 9 minutes and 41 seconds left in the second quarter. They've got to get points on the board in a very drastic way. First and 10 on their 32. Here comes a snap. Nice little
and that's
draw.
Ryan Cole up the middle. Cole between the tackles.
It's good for
that's
7 or
nicely
8.
done right there. Yeah,
it's
about
good
8
for 8.
yards. .9:23 left, second quarter. Now, 4 receiver set being shown here by the Bulldogs. Hard count.
Oh, yeah. And it'll work. It'll work. That'll move the chains. Move Bettendorf to their own 45. First and 10, 8:58 left.
When you got an aggressive defense like North, a defense that loves to blitz, that play is going to work. Here's the keeper. Keeper Garden out in the flat.
Going to go out of bounds at the 50. Good for 5 yards.
So 2nd and 5. Garden remains out of the shotgun. Starting to get some confidence. Bulldogs looking to get into that positive territory right now. And here's a little option play. The pitch to Cole. Cole puts the head down, close to a first down. And they will give it to him, first down. So first down from the 45-yard line. Bulldogs starting to move it a little bit. Well, how will North respond now? Talked about those negative plays. Dominic Wiseman on the field. Here looking to throw. Now they throw the quick slant, and there's another first down for the Bulldogs as Tynan Numkana picking up the yardage. So one good slant deserves another. The teams continue to trade some punches here in the first half. The Bulldogs moving the ball, their best drive of the night right now, Jay.
Well, they're getting in a scoring in the red zone, close, right outside of it. 8 minutes left, and got to start seeing the blood in the water here.
Here looking to throw. Garden keeps it. Garden
into the flat, cut in.
Into the flat. That's Ripple. Ripple spins away and not totally getting out of the reach right there of the North defender. Nice initial move. Still positive yards on first down. We'll bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Dogs.
Well, this is almost guaranteed points for Bettendorf right now, don't you think, with Schmidt and his leg?
I'd like to get another 5 yards, really.
Okay.
We're looking at about a 46-yarder right now if they don't gain another yard. Rolls out, looks. Now there's a nice handoff.
Look at that.
Little misdirection play, and there's a nice pickup. Short of the yard to gain. It will be 3rd down, but about 3rd and 2 upcoming.
All right, so like you said, get this first down, and then you're worried about you probably have your points or not. So,
and we'll have a stoppage on the field. North's going to talk it over. Maybe just giving the defense a breather right now more than anything. They've been on the field here for a while. 7:02 to go in the second quarter. Still scoreless tonight out at Tuvel Stadium. Beautiful Friday night for high school football. And just glad we can be out here. Glad that we're playing. It's – and as I look down the trainer's table, Ryan Cole was just there. It looks like maybe just cramping up a little bit as Coach Wiley over there to check on him.
He gave him the thumbs up. He gave him the pat on the shoulder. Good
so that's definitely something to watch. So Ryan Cole starting back right there for Bettendorf.
Now we're about 7 minutes away from halftime. I'm going to ask you an important question because you've been through a lot of these games. I know usually you go through stats, whatever the SIDs give you here at these games. They're usually great about that. But when you look forward to a good halftime show, what are you looking for? 80s classic rock, Bruno Mars medley, like 90s ska? What kind of music do you like them to come up with?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very eclectic in my music taste. If it's done right, I can get into anything, really. Maybe a little country tonight. Who knows?
Ooh. Little country. That
maybe
would
a little
be
Garth Brooks at halftime.
Little boot scoop boogie.
Yeah, let's
Neon Moon.
Why not? Yeah, I spent 5 years of my life in Roswell, New Mexico.
Okay.
Hated country music until I moved to Roswell. Only bar in town. Now, mind you, I'm 23, 24 years old at the time. Only bar in town, country bar. It had a disco saddle, not a disco ball, but a disco saddle on the dance floor, and quickly learned how to two-step.
Learn how to two-step.
I learned how to two-step in Roswell, New Mexico.
All right, here we go. 3rd down, 3 to go on the 29. Bettendorf looking for a first down here. More than likely a running play out of the Bulldogs.
It is a running formation. Cole back in the game, by the way. That's good to see. And the give is to Cole right up the middle, and he's got it.
He just digs in, and you got now forward progress is going to give him by just over a yard.
He ran into a wall, though.
He sure did. They moved him back. So that's a Bettendorf first down. New set of downs.
We'll move the chains, and we'll see what the Bulldogs can do now. I expect North to stiffen a bit. Good defenses, this is where you get tough. Back to throw, and now Garden. No, that was a draw all the way. Draw all the way. And now he's just got to throw it away.
Just get rid of it. What?
Oh, it's in play. Intercepted.
No! There's a flag. There's a flag on the play. Flag on the play. That's going to be roughing the passer.
Zane Beebe intercepts the pass, that's going to be for naught.
But that was great defensive play by North, but just a little bit too much. But that flag got thrown back at about the 36.
Just why do that, though, Jay? Just throw the ball out of bounds.
Throw the ball away. Wiley's on the field. Listen what the referee. There it is.
Roughing the passer.
Yep. Ugh.
So that's each team now has a roughing the passer on the night. This one hurts if you're a North fan for sure.
I love hearing the
boos.
They had
the ball
from the 78 North fans over there. It's great.
They had the ball, and now all of a sudden the Bulldogs are right on the doorstep.
I think I'm generous with the 78, but I like the boos. I like to hear them. I like the crowd still to get involved.
Ripple set off to the left. A couple of receivers off to the right. Hard count again. Nobody's biting. And there's Cole, nowhere to go. And there's another tackle for loss.
Nowhere.
And guess who? Dominic Wiseman, along with Gage Avance, teaming up to make the tackle for North. Well, just because they're knocking on the doorstep, this will not be easy to get this ball into the end zone. North had a goal line stop last week, and good defenses don't like to give up points, Jay. I
No.
knew that. So
At the end of the first quarter, Pleasant Valley is up on Davenport Central 10-7.
okay.
You can follow Steve Batterson on Twitter for that one.
Of course, PV and Bettendorf next week. Cole in motion, rolling out, and there's the pass to Cole, and that one, too much zip on it, could not connect with his back. And all of a sudden, now we're at a 3rd and 12 upcoming. And we're looking more and more like perhaps a field goal. One more try here. 5:38 to go in this second quarter. Pleasant Valley's had a nice start to the season.
Yeah,
Mentioned the
Pleasant Valley
Spartans.
looks good, and I'm happy for Coach Van Wetzinga and any success that he has out there. And I say that as a Bulldog too, Roland.
No, that's impressive. Back to throw Garden. Garden rolls to his right, looks to the end zone.
No, get rid.
and
Okay, apparently he doesn't know how to get rid of it, and waiting to see if he's going to get another roughing the passer. What's going on with the offensive line here, Bettendorf, is another question as well.
Well, can you get a roughing the passer if you don't pass the ball?
I don't know. Maybe just wants to get hit hard and see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Or
he
hit
was
out of
doing
bounds.
there. At least run out of bounds. He just stood there and took his punishment.
Here it comes.
All right, here we go. So field goal opportunity.
That's not King. No,
Is,
not even.
nope.
No. I got a few questions for you, Roland.
That was
Number 13.
Number 13, Josh Peltzer on the field goal attempt. Never really got airborne. What you got for me?
Out of all the success that the Bettner Bulldogs have had in the history of the Iowa high school soccer tournament,
Soccer. Wow. That took a left-hand turn, yeah.
why can they not find a kicker who is all-state, elite all-state every single year? I don't think they've had an elite all-state kicker since, I don't know, Alex Sierk, 95, 96?
Yeah.
Matt Shera, 93? It just doesn't make any sense.
Giovanni Morales on that little swing pass gets about 9 yards.
That kick that they just attempted was a better pass than what they've tried all night tonight.
They've had some good girls soccer teams, too. Go
great,
the
great.
Moline route and look over there.
Yeah. You can do that.
Little comes out of the game right now. He looks gassed. Can the North offense take advantage of having the all-state lineman out?
4:55 on the clock. They've got to move. I mean, just go. That was second and short, and it looks like they're going to get. Yep, they're going to get the first down on there.
That will
But,
stop the clock.
Right here. Go.
So we're down to 4:50 left. And look for that slant. That slant was a nice pickup their last time. So look to Quincy Wiseman here. And there is Wiseman in the flat, but that's not going to work.
I'm seeing on the Facebook thread, Justin Langen was their last all-state kicker. Thanks to Andy Parker and Brian Collins for pointing that out.
There we go. There are better people to ask soccer questions to than me.
Well,
That's what we just learned.
Hey, we didn't create the rainy day. We just have the best umbrella, and that's why we're here.
Back to throw. A little swing pass again.
No.
And that one way too high. He's trying to hit Sheedy out in the flat and over Cade's head. So now 3rd and 11.
This is a big third down. I mean, let's not go to the cliches or anything like that, but it really is. With 4:12 left in the game, and you've really got to make your mark.
Well, it's the second quarter, not the game.
Well, I'm sorry.
Not to correct
in
you
the
on
half,
air,
in the
but,
half. 4:12 left in the half.
If I don't correct you, someone on Facebook's going to.
Well,
so.
that's what I do this for, just to see if they're paying attention. But no, 4:12 left in the first half, and we've said from pregame to during the game, what is it? It's since everyone's big on the Cobra Kai on Netflix, strike first, strike hard, show no mercy, right?
There you go. Yeah, I mean, big play here. 3rd and 11, throws it over the middle. He's got a man. Oh, are they going to give him forward progress?
He didn't have. It wasn't over the first, but if he would have just turned and made
if he turns, he's got it.
Yes.
But it's going to be a fourth and about a yard. So the Bulldogs went for it. Does North go for it here? I think you got to go for it.
I say so, but
I mean, you don't have to. You can punt. You can continue the 0-0. You got the great defense. You can definitely punt here, but
you're not scared of that kicking game, so go for it.
I mean, it's just a yard. Why not? 4 receivers set, 2 each way. You got Cade Sheedy right next to the quarterback, and here's the hard count. No one's biting, and a timeout will be called by North. So they wanted to try to get that hard count going, and that play clock was running down pretty quick. So now they'll talk it over, and we'll see what they do. I like going for it. I mean, Bettendorf went for it. It's kind of like a macho thing, right? You go for it, and I'm going to go for it too. Prove I can be there.
Absolutely. You got to stand eye to eye with them and see who's going to flinch first.
You know what? This game is great for us. It's great for people who like defensive football. I'm looking down the sidelines, though. You know who this isn't great for? Jake Kidwell.
Where's Kidwell? I see him, man.
And our good friend from Channel 8 talking to right now.
Is that Cecilia?
That is,
yeah.
Yep.
They're great.
They are great. Then they just want highlights, though. I've been on that. I've done the TV thing for 17 years. You want a 50-45 game.
Yeah.
You want to get your highlights because he's got 2 other games to get to. You want to get your highlights and go. Nobody wants to be showing 3-yard runs on a highlight show. But I digress.
No. Yeah.
Down to 3:30 to go, and here's the punting unit. So
I do have to, after this punt, mention something from a Facebook comment. That's a little bit short.
That's short, but it'll take a bounce.
Yes, it will. Takes a big Davenport North roll.
And there you go, all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, on the Facebook thread, Andrew Bertram said, just because you can kick a soccer ball doesn't mean you can kick field goals, which is great. I'm glad he said that because I don't want to sit through soccer games, so I'm definitely going to tell my son that, who's got a future being a field goal kicking or punter for the Bettner Bulldogs. And the only reason I say that is because he does not have strong genes, so he's definitely not going to be a D-back or a linebacker or anything else.
Well, know your strengths. That's good. Know your strengths early.
Unless he wants to take a knee, which is what I was really good at when I played for the Bettner Bulldogs. So. Oh, I held the kicking tee, too. So I did some things.
3:19 to go here, second quarter. Bulldogs, a passing formation, trips out to the wide side of the field. And back to throw. And under pressure once again, rolling right, looking for help, and throws it up for grabs out of bounds. So, again, it's been the story of the game, kind of the heavy pressure. Nothing going on first down. Bring up a 2nd and 10.
The Bulldogs are looking for their playmaker. I can tell you that much right now. They haven't found anyone yet who is their playmaker. Their go-to guy. Their home run hitter.
Numkana, I would say.
That's what I would think too, but it just hasn't produced yet. And North is just defensively is giving them no respect. Like they're getting all over
on the keeper, got a little room, and again just stops. Got the first down though.
Yeah, they got the first down, but North is sending 6 or 7 at every snap. They're not respecting the run, and nor should they. North is doing just great. That's going to happen every once in a while. Bend don't break type of mentality.
So Zach Garden, a nice pickup there. 1st and 10 from his own 40, down to 2:50 to go in the second quarter. And here's the give, and there's Cole. Cole makes the first two miss, spins. Nice job right there, keeping the legs moving, and gets about 9 yards. So Cole looks like he is 100% healthy. But we're down to 2:14. And plenty of real estate left in front of the Bulldogs. Garden out of the shotgun, trips to his right. He'll roll that way, looking to throw. He's got a man deep. He's got a man all alone down at the 20-yard line. Doesn't see him.
Now.
And runs out of bounds. Well, that was Ripple just standing by himself at the 20-yard line. There wasn't a defender within 10 yards right there, Ripple.
I don't know. That might just be a matter of too many times being run out of bounds, too many times not completing the pass.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know. Starting to question yourself. Halftime, start telling them, have faith in who you are. You're a starting quarterback of the Bettner Bulldogs for a reason.
That will be one on film session, though, that the coaching staff will definitely point out. 1:56 left, and Garden looks to throw a quick slant.
Oh! And, no footsteps.
Just a little bit behind Tynan Numkana on that pass.
1:52 left in the first half, second quarter. It's 0-0. Bettner's got 3 timeouts. Davenport North has 1. Bettner's currently on their 49. It's 2nd and 10.
And to no one's surprise, no score. At least not to our surprise. This is kind of what we expected. Back to throw. Garden rolling. He's got some time. Looking deep. He's got a man again deep. Doesn't see him.
Come on. Look downfield.
And we'll pick up about 8 yards on the ground. But once again, and look at Ripple coming back. Just hands up in the air. What do I got to do? That wasn't Ripple that time. My apologies. It was number 10. That was TJ Bogan. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So 3rd down and short. Clock is stopped. 1:41 to go. Here's the snap. The give is to Cole. Cole's got it, man. He's got some room.
Down to the 20-19, right around there. 1:34 left. We'll stop those clocks as they move the chain timeout. Bettendorf.
Cole's got that ability, too, though, to break that off. He just showed that right there. You got Numkana, you got Cole, you got some athletes, and maybe Cole's that guy this year.
Like I said, it's time for someone to take that brass ring for the Bettendorf offense and step up.
And this is big, right? 1:34 to go. If you can get points, even a field goal right now, if you can just get points going into the locker room, just mentally that's going to mean so much. If you come away empty again after coming away empty last time.
I love the fact that I started a thread about Bettendorf kickers on the Facebook Live, talking about former All-State kickers, and Bettendorf had 2 in 1987. It's great memories that people have. It's fantastic. Skogman and Augie Gutierrez. Thanks to Steve Lavelle for that comment. Augie Gutierrez was also on the state podium as well.
Well, if you got to go all the way back to 1987, though, that kind of proves your point.
I'm just saying, we started talking about 1997, and 1987 was Davenport North was only 2 years old then. So
yes.
Yeah, we're just showing our age. That's all we're doing, Roland.
No.
But if we're not here to point it out, then we wouldn't even have a Facebook Live. So that's what we're here for. That's nice filler.
1st and 10. Numkana comes in motion. Back to throw. Garden way over the head there, looking for Oliver Bacaris. Could not reach the same zip code. That was way too high. Bacaris popped open, though. It was a nice play. Just the execution not there again for Garden. Bacaris will set off to the left. 2 receivers off to the right. And now Cole goes in motion. Rolling out to the right guard and under pressure, throws
and
it up
could
for
be
grabs.
Very well picked off.
And
I don't know who's got that ball.
That's an
It's
interception.
Downpoint North. Double teamed, threw it into him, but that
Garden's
was still
got to throw the ball away. He's got to learn to throw the ball away.
That's what's definitely going to happen.
Got bailed out with the penalty last time. This time, no such luck, and we're heading to a 0-0 halftime, I believe. Not quite sure who. That was the far side of the field. Not quite sure who picked that off. .122 to go. We'll see how aggressive North wants to be, standing on their own 10-yard line. They do send 2 receivers each direction. And back to throw is Beebe under pressure. Beebe puts it down. He's got a little room. Rolls out. He's got a man wide
Big
open.
Boy.
And there it is.
Caught.
There it is. There's the difference right there,
That's right.
Garden doesn't look downfield. Beebe looked downfield right there. And
Bettendorf's got a defender down
there's Giovanni Morales.
at about the 12-yard line. 1:13 left in the first half.
So a 36-yard gain on the play. We'll check out the injury on the field. Nice job on the play right there, keeping it alive by Beebe, the quarterback, and then recognizing Morales all by himself. That player is up on his feet. Looks to be all right as he comes out of the game. Diego Cortez.
All right, North really wants to keep this added on. They want to get the whistle to blow here, get going, and here we go.
Trips to the left. Look for that slant pattern right now with Quincy Wiseman. Back to throw, looking under pressure, rolling out. Got a little time.
That's caught.
And Isaac Griffiths pulls it down inside Bulldog territory. 59 seconds left in this first half. Good time to remind everyone that the distance is about a 34-yarder for the North kicker. Griffiths actually is the kicker also. 34, 35 yards is where they'd want to be, so you got to get down some yardage to gain yet. Trips off to the left. Back to throws Beebe. Beebe, another quick out pattern, and that's Giovanni Morales, who's tackled out of bounds. No flag on the play. Actually, Isaac Griffiths, my apologies, on the catch. So back-to-back to Griffiths, and second and about 4 upcoming for North.
Just under a minute here.
Need about another 20 yards to be in field goal range. Beebe back to throw under heavy pressure, guns it over the middle, and no chance on that one. Willie Mathis trying for the interception there. Third down, big third down right here for North. 50 seconds on the clock. Play clock sits at 12, plenty of time. Beebe takes the snap, looks over the middle, throws it way too long. And
we're going to get a pass interference call on the Bettendorf Bulldogs.
Yep.
That's number 4.
He got the arm around the midsection of the receiver, Giovanni Morales, and the referee just happened to be looking. I don't know if that was catchable, but there was definitely contact there. And that's huge on 3rd down and 6. That would have been a difficult situation upcoming for North. But once again, penalties both ways in this first half. Penalties have come big and keeping some drives alive. 45 seconds on the clock. 2 receivers each way. Beebe out of the gun. Beebe looks to throw. Beebe under some pressure. Beebe rolls out.
Nope.
And that's Cole right there making the tackle.
They got to burn that timeout.
Down to 35 seconds.
What are they doing?
Well, they got to at least run back. They're trying to keep it in their pocket here.
26. We don't have a clock in there, but I'll count down for you. 3, 22.
Here's Beebe. Beebe gets it off. Beebe rolls, looks, under pressure again, throws it back over the middle.
That's good defense.
Incomplete.
All right, stops the clock at 17 seconds.
All right, so you're trying to get 10 yards here, call your timeout and kick a field goal if you're North. Ball at the 23. That's about a 40-yarder right now. We said 35's his comfort zone, so he him 5 yards here on third down. And now a timeout by the Bulldog defense will allow North to come over there and set a play up. Do you like that? Do you like taking the timeout on defense? You know North can't use theirs because they want to save theirs.
Yeah, not at all.
Now you're letting them set up a play.
They're in the panic mode, not your defense. They're not going to show you anything you haven't seen unless you haven't prepared for Davenport North. But the thing is, they're in the panic mode to score points before half. They have 17 seconds, not you.
Your defense just made 2 great plays. They have all the momentum right now, and you call timeout. So I guess they want to be sure of what they're doing here, but they're allowing North right now to talk this over and get the perfect play with just 17 seconds left. Well, we talked about next week, the big one. If this one isn't big enough, Pleasant Valley and Bettendorf.
Let me just pull up some.
Meanwhile, next week for Davenport North, they take on Muscatine. And North can get the win tonight. They got Muscatine, Davenport Central, and Pleasant Valley to wrap up the rest of their regular season. PV will not be easy. Those other 2 should be W's, though. All right, back out on the field. And they'll come out with a 4-receiver set. 3 to the wide side, including Wiseman. Rolling that way is BB. BB under pressure. He's got to get rid of it.
Yeah, you got rid of it.
He does. Is he out of the pocket?
They're calling for Bettendorf coaches want intentional grounding.
Yeah, I don't see any flags.
No. They're asking for intentional grounding. 11 seconds left. It's going to be 4th down and 12 on Bettendorf's 23.
It's a 40-yard field goal if they want to go that route.
No, they're not.
They still have the timeout. It looks like they're, well, BB is the holder also. Looks like we might be seeing nope, we are. No, we are. We're going to see the field goal. So Griffiths is the kicker. BB, the quarterback, is the holder. So keep that in mind here. This would be a 40-yard field goal.
That's
bad snap, low kick, never had a chance.
And we're going to go in, probably just kneel on it here. We're going to go in 0-0 at halftime. Pleasant Valley is currently up 17-7 on Davenport Central.
Okay.
Let's see if I can pull some other things up here. If you want to follow, you can Steve Batterson on Twitter for that one. Docs is at
Assumption and DeWitt tonight. A good game. Good team. Assumption Knights are off to a great start this season.
Still the first quarter. Assumption is up 10-6 on Central DeWitt.
Assumption ranked number 6 in this week's 3A AP poll. And the Bulldogs will just take a knee. At least that's the formation they're showing right now. Of course, no North Scott football tonight. That game canceled due to COVID. One of the bigger stories this week, North Scott High School had 11 cases of COVID-19. 200 students, they said, had to be quarantined. So North Scott will be out of action for at least a couple of weeks. You know, I talked to Coach Height last night in preparing for this game, and, we talked a little about the situation at North Scott, and that's his greatest fear right now, because as a coach, you can prepare for your opponent. You can get your team ready. You can't do anything about someone coming down with COVID-19. You can have your players. You can disinfect all you want. The players can follow protocol. But if they're in class and somebody's got it, or if they go, there's just no way to prevent them. And then if you get a player that comes down with it, right now, okay, well, it's 2 weeks. You can keep playing. But if it's the week before the playoffs, your season could come to a drastic end, and it'd just be a shame if it would come down to that. But that's at least we're playing football, though. I guess that's the positive flip on it. Over in Illinois, they would love to be having those problems. And I guess we're not going to get country music, by the way, at halftime.
No. Pull this over here. Stubborn Dan show. Just got to change that. See, with this, by doing production and also doing this, Roland, like, there was probably a good, 4 minutes into the second quarter that it still said first quarter. So all I got to do is just type in halftime in here. So if I took a break there, it was because working on making sure that my spelling, my grammar is right, so someone doesn't point out and say, "Hey, you spelled halftime wrong." Well, yeah, I get it. But it is the halftime show here.
Well, who would do that? Who would yell at you for spelling
not
wrong?
Just my friends. I appreciate.
I mean, we can just easily turn the cameras off, and then you guys don't get to watch the game
They're
at all.
my friends. I appreciate it. Yeah.
We can send you to your room without milk and cookies. All we have to do is flip a switch here, guys.
Let's just take your eyeballs
Yeah.
of the first half. What do you see so far out of both teams?
The two best defenses in Eastern Iowa, if not maybe the state. That's what I see. I see great defensive football, and that might not be exciting to some, but it's fun to watch. You know, you saw two teams come out and dominate defensively at the line of scrimmage, and then you saw some mistakes too, which compounded. You know, Bettendorf had some open receivers they didn't see. We saw some flags, a couple of roughing the passers each direction that kept drives alive. So it hasn't been the cleanest game by any means, but what I see is just two great defensive football teams.
I totally agree with you. Right now, I'm looking more at quarterback play.
Yeah.
And North's quarterback is head and shoulders better than
Yes.
Bettendorf's. It's just faster, more field awareness, downfields, pressure situations, everything. And man,
and we
I'd
should
love to
point
see a
out
good kicking game out of both.
We should point out Garden, from what I know, and I did not watch that game at Washington, but I believe New Cana played quarterback that first week. So Garden took over last week, so he's only just got that one game experience. And Davenport Central does not have a defense like Davenport North does. So he's singing something totally new tonight. And we'll see what adjustments they make here at halftime to try to give him more time. Maybe you go more to the running game and just, I mean, Cole had a nice, gain or two there in that first half. Maybe if you're the Bulldogs, you're like, okay, he's under too much pressure. We just got to establish the running game first. If that's the Bulldogs, that's kind of where I would be leaning towards.
Well, what I like to think about is what do you give your halftime speech if you're the coach? What do you pull from? Where's your motivation that you're going to get to? Not your star players, but the ones that give you that second effort.
If I'm Coach Height right now for North, it's easy.
Okay.
You know, we belong, guys. We have proved that we belong here tonight. We showed it. We're toe-to-toe right now with the team that's dominated this area for decades, and we look better than they do right now. If I'm Coach Height, that's what I'm saying. We have moved the ball. We have got the turnovers. We're the better team. Let's go out there and hit them in the mouth in the second half and win this ball game. Now, if you're Bettendorf, you got to clean things up. You know, we're like, hey, we've had some open receivers. We've made a penalty where we shouldn't have. Are we happy to be where we're at? No, we're definitely not happy to be 0-0 right now. But we definitely can win this ball game. We just got to clean things up. If I'm the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think what you're saying for Coach Height is exactly right. For Bettendorf, I don't know where you begin.
Yeah.
If you're Wiley, it's homecoming. I don't know. You can go from the speech at the beginning of Johnny Be Good, the movie, which is another 1987 classic. But I don't know where you go from this. You need to tell them, like, lock it down, eliminate the mistakes, get back to the X's and O's that we've started from our youth and everything. And basically, it kind of is the opposite of the same thing, is that you're telling them, like, these guys think they have you beat. And you're on your home field
maybe
on
you play that
homecoming.
card.
They believe they have you beat.
Maybe you play that card too. Maybe you just get in their face and right now, hey, North's the better team right now. North is beating you. Maybe you just kind of test the manhood of your team and challenge them. I don't know. What I do know is Bettendorf is a team trying to find themselves right now, and North knows who they are. I don't think the Bulldogs know who they are yet. Week 1 did not look good. Week 2, things obviously better. Different level of opponents, but they're a team that just I don't think knows who they are right now.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. They've applied to make the playoffs, so we'll see what's going on. Do we got a guest here? Have a seat. We're on live. You can't give a break like that.
There are no commercial breaks
Sure
here.
you do. Got Bettendorf alum. Pat Miletich?
Can they hear you from
Yeah,
there?
they can hear you. They can
Okay.
hear you. They don't need to hear me.
No. So I heard you were up here broadcasting, so I figured I'd come up and say hi. I didn't come up to talk, but what the hell?
Nah, why not? It's good.
Yeah, so seen some people in the crowd, some old faces, some old Bettendorf legends. Kind of nice to see them.
No doubt. Homecoming.
Yeah, the Pat Angers, the Kevin Freckings.
Pat's out there?
Yeah, yeah.
Pat's out there? Okay. All right. I like what you're doing here. I appreciate you.
Wait, you gotta respect the people that help build things, right? That build houses.
That's true.
That's an important deal. So, but it's great to see a nice crowd here.
Yeah.
It's
bigger than we expected. Really, we were talking about that in the first quarter. Didn't really know quite what to expect with everything going on, but yeah, it's a nice crowd on the Bettendorf side for sure.
Well, people obviously are tired of being cooped up and just want to get out
No doubt.
and enjoy their families and some football and some Bulldog spirit, right?
What's up with you? What's next? Are we getting back in the ring again?
No, I did that just to launch an internet pay-per-view, and Michael Nunn and I had fun, and that was a good time. That's all that was, and that's all I wanted to do.
I want to ask you, how was the day after that? How did the body respond to that for you?
I wasn't sore at all. I
Yeah?
really wasn't. I had no bumps, no bruises, anything like that. Like I said, Michael and I, more than anything, we weren't there to kill each other. We were there to knock each other around and have some fun.
Yeah.
And, he hit me hard. I kicked him hard a few times. I hit him with a good left hook or two. And that was, that's what it was about. So I think the crowd had a blast. We had 4,000 people there. And,
Definitely.
just a good time. But so I heard you analyzing the game, and looks like to me North has more speed, right?
North as, yeah, they
Definitely
seem to
more
have it
speed.
right now. I mean, I think Cole's got plenty of speed for Bettendorf, but I think
I'm
North
talking as a team overall, probably.
defensively, no doubt. North's defense is lightning quick.
So, as an analyst for football, how do you shut down a faster team? Avoid the big plays, don't give up the big plays type thing, and
You go some misdirection. I think they did that a little bit, and they had a nice play with that misdirection run.
right.
Screen pass didn't work because they read that one out. So, that's why they get paid more money than I do to do this. But I think you got to try to do some misdirection and try to, if they're going straight at the quarterback, get it out on those flats.
Sure.
Do some more quick passes.
5 yards at a time, 3 yards at a time.
He's had open receivers downfield. Garden has. He just hasn't had time to look down there. So they're going to have to go and move the ball quicker.
Awesome. Yeah, it makes sense. Well, I'll leave you guys alone. I just want to come say hi because I love Jay so much.
Yeah, well, who doesn't, really?
Yeah. So I'm happy you guys are broadcasting this. So now if I'm out of town, like October 2nd, I'll be out of town. I'll be working 3 Fridays doing broadcasts on UFC Fight Pass in Kansas.
Yep, get the plugs in. Yep,
so
go for
I'll
it.
be able to tune into this while I'm doing my broadcast.
Well,
There you go.
That's the thing. As I take over, I appreciate you, Pat. Yeah, well, we don't know where this is going to go. What we'd like to do is extend the offer. It really was the first thing, and I want to thank Athletic Director Zach Shea for allowing us to do this. And Bettendorf only has one more home game. It's against Pleasant Valley next week. And then who knows after that if the Davenport Community School District or whatever else says, like, hey, guys, do whatever else. And I don't know the schedule for Roland or anybody. And if you can always listen to QCSportsNet.com as well and listen to those guys. Roland usually calls it for them. He does a great job. And Ken's calling it right now over there online. So, but yes, the more we can do this and bring attention to our athletes in Eastern Iowa, our student athletes, I should say, in Eastern Iowa, we would love to help. So, hey, I appreciate you stopping in. Always a
Great
pleasure,
to see you,
champ.
brother.
Yep.
All right. Thanks,
Pleasure.
Pat.
Thank you.
Good seeing you.
Love you, man. Love your plugs.
Love you guys.
Yeah. That's UFC Hall of Famer Pat Miletich. He's in the stadium for homecoming here at Bettendorf. Always a good guy. Makes me laugh. He gets after it. And no stranger to a microphone. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying in Roland, this is one of those things that a few years ago, because of the situation that we have with Wi-Fi and our, television capabilities, and now that the Mississippi Athletic Conference has now changed their constitution so that they can have live television, even though this is streaming, there was a while there that their constitution, archaic as it may have been, said no live television. So when MediaCom would come out here and do Game of the Week, it would be on a day later. Well, now they've changed that. So we've, offered time to do things with them and say like, hey, for like the MAC Wrestling. Now, who knows if that grows into, and work, maybe even partner with you and Ken, we do something basketball-wise or whatever else. This is still brand new. This is our first football game we've ever done. All I've done is wrestling.
And it's so important this year. I mean,
Yes.
because there's limitations on fans. So everybody that wants to be here can't be here. It's just not feasible with the health codes and everything that's going on. So, what we're doing here tonight, it's kind of a test run, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it. And you mentioned Ken and QCSportsnet.com. The radio portion of it is not really radio, it's over the internet. But actually it's being simulcast tonight on the radio. Fox Sports Radio is simulcasting that. So it's just any way we can get the kids exposure is what we're all about. So as many avenues as possible to get those kids, let you watch them, because why not?
Well, I know we've had comments from people, from Downport North fans all the way down in Florida that I've seen there, and I'm trying to look them up as goes on. But I want to thank Diane Powell says thanks for streaming. Andy Parker's on there as well. Former All-State running back for the Bednar Bulldogs, Andy Parker, good friend of mine. He's watching as well, and there are other former people in attendance that are following online, and we appreciate you following us on Don't Hassle for Local, liking our page, and or on Twitter. Saw Matt Koss down the hallway. He's so busy trying to follow, retweet everybody else. I said, hey, can you stop? And he goes, man, I'd love to come in and talk to you guys. Just, I'm busy, and Koss is busy. I mean, he's the sports editor of the Quad City Times, and if I ever get just a minute with him, I'm happy. So that guy's always on the move.
No doubt about it. He's got to get all those stats going on and everything. And we were just talking about you.
Yeah, we got Bill Krantz. BK says he's watching from Minnesota. So that's the thing is when I pitched this, when we talk about saying like, listen, in the wintertime, my original thing was I wanted to be able to do wrestling because it's on one mat. It's one camera. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be your grandparents that maybe are snowbirds. They're in Arizona, Florida. In the wintertime, they're not going to be here. Well, like you said, these unprecedented times, there's not a lot of people that can be in the stands because there's only supposed to be three so towards whoever's in the band, who's ever in, playing on the field, coach-wise. So I'm like, there's plenty of people out there that need to watch it. Going back to what I said from the beginning pregame, I've been coming to these games since I was in second grade. Now, because I'm not an employee of the Bednar Community School District, I don't coach. My kids are at home; they can't be here. So it's important that we can still put these things on the air for the future Bulldogs and future Wildcats. We're getting real close here, just under 3 minutes. 0-0 ball game.
Yeah, we'll see what the adjustments were at halftime, and the Bulldogs will get the first crack at it. They'll start the second half with the football. And see what they have come up with to try to move the ball against this really good North defense.
I don't want to take anything away from this Davenport North defense whatsoever. I know you kind of, when we did the pregame, broke it down. You alluded to, maybe their opponents in the first two games, and I said it doesn't matter. When the left column matters, and they got the 2 W's. But the Bednar offense has really not been that impressive, though, either. But North looks faster on the defensive side. Their front four on the defense side has been good. And their quarterback, like I mentioned, he's got good field awareness. He's good on his feet. And he just doesn't really get rattled when they bring pressure on him.
He knows when to tuck it down and run. And Garden is just not there yet. And maybe that's just a lack of experience. Maybe he'll get there. But it's just not there yet, and it definitely has been a big difference in this ball game. And the longer we go, Bettendorf's got to figure it out.
Wellman asked on the Facebook thread, do you have any first half stats? I actually probably, when I talked to Koss down there, I should have said, like, hey, do you have anything? We don't have a SID, a sports information director, and we're so busy in here. But you know what? I bet you I can pull up. Yeah, I'll pull up Twitter.
You check out Koss on Twitter. He'll have it.
Twitter, so I will give you guys those halftime stats in just 1 second if you allow me a moment to pull that up, because I appreciate you asking that, Wellman.
We will look it up for you, and definitely give all the credit to Matt Koss of the QC Times for his work with the stats tonight.
The dude's amazing.
Yep. All those guys over at
Oh, yeah.
Doxy and all those guys over at the QC Times, just top notch. So North back out on the field right now, the kicking unit. And last instructions here for the Bulldogs.
Before we do that, Pleasant Valley's up on Davenport Central 17-7 in the second. Like we said, Bettendorf and North 0-0 at the half. Assumption 17-6 in the second quarter. Clinton's losing to Marion 31-0. And Muscatine is ahead of Davenport West 7-0. Here we go. Rushing leaders for Davenport North. Sheedy 7 for 16 yards. BB's 14 for 21, 163 yards. And receiving-wise, Wiseman 7 for 68. Morales 3 for 51. Bettendorf Cole 9 carries for 49 yards. Gayton's got 7 for 27. He's 4 for 10 for 18 yards. And Nimkina receiving-wise 1 for 12. And we're off.
There's a nice return right there by Cole as he'll take it back just shy of the 30-yard line. So we talked about way back when that Bettendorf will have a chance to return any kicks tonight. Just not the strength there that Keegan has with his leg. But they had a chance, and actually it's a nice return. You're starting the ball at the 30-yard line and had a chance to even break it further there. Nice open field tackle by Davenport North.
I think for Bettendorf, it really is the breakout player, the knockout punch, who's going to be the person to do it. And I don't know if they have it yet or someone doesn't want to be the one yet. It's not that they don't want to. It just the opportunity isn't there. That
the ball almost intercepted. Quincy Wiseman almost had a present waiting for him under the tree. And that was a different look. We saw a different look there. They went with a 4-receiver stacked 2 on each side. So hadn't seen that in the first half. Looking to do a little screen pass, and the ball got deflected. That was almost dangerous. It would be fitting, though, that the first points would be scored by the defense tonight.
Watch this Davenport North defense. They're not lining up by what the defensive corner says. They're scouted. They have scouted Bettendorf so well. They're watching Bettendorf's calls. They are legit. They've got Bettendorf scouted out well.
They do.
Watch them. Watch them after this play. Their eyes are not going to their sideline.
And they have an excellent defensive coordinator. Nathan Fisher does a great job with that Davenport North defense. So it's not surprising. And there was another basically no yardage play right there. And again, 2 plays, 2 passes. I thought they should go to the run, but thus far they're trying to hit those quick passes. And now you're in a passing situation, 3rd down and basically 10. So trip set off to the left. And now Cole goes in motion. Heavy.
And there's a flag on the play.
That's got to be something on a... well, I'll wait and see, but that formation just looked odd. We had 2-minute motion or what. We'll see what the call is. Either way, it's short of the first down. And that is an illegal shift on the Bulldogs. I would assume North would decline that and force a punting situation. They do decline, so 4th down and about 4 upcoming, and out comes the punter for the Bulldogs. There's our man, Peter Fan, waiting to return the punt. Hopefully get some blocks from the Lost Boys and see what he can do here. Yeah, that is a different formation definitely here. And there's the kick. It's a short one.
Watch, get out of the way.
And that bounces out of bounds right about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to mark it at the 30. So at 10:46 in the third quarter, Davenport North's going to take over the first possession in the second half. And let's see what the halftime speech did for Davenport North. Bettendorf didn't do very much moving the ball offensively.
The Bulldog mascot working the crowd. He's wearing a mask tonight. Good to see.
Bobby the Bulldog is social distancing.
He's got a mask on. Big mask. Muzzle? Is it a muzzle?
Yeah, someone called that.
Yeah. All right, North's first time with the ball here in the second half. We'll see their adjustments. BB, quarterback keeper. And not much there, so that was a planned run, and he maybe a yard or two on the play. Just underway here in the third quarter. Still no score. Bulldogs, Davenport North.
Caden Clemming brought him down. I think if it wasn't for him, he would have broke that off for about 15 more.
Back to throw, little swing pass into the flat. Got to make a man miss, and nope.
That's a good open field tackle.
That sure is.
Good tackle. Good wrap up. That's the fundamentals that the coach likes to see.
Sebastian Peters, I believe, on the stop.
No, it was Ryan Cole.
Was it Cole?
Yeah. But that was a good fundamental wrap up there.
BB under pressure. He follows. The ball's loose. The ball is
Now,
loose.
still North. Oh, he
It's
lost
still
it again.
loose. Still loose.
I
think
don't
the
know
Bulldogs
about
might
that
have
one.
it.
That might be Bulldog ball. Ugh. Fall on it. Don't pick it up. It is. That's going to hurt.
Costly right there. Devontae Hicks tried to pick it up and run with it. And I got a story here, maybe why he did it. Devontae Hicks is an offensive lineman. He's a big boy. He is, I'm trying to find him now to get his size here. 5'10", 250 is what he's listed at. He got a play at running back in the first week and ran for 18 yards. So that's in the back of his mind. He wanted to pick it up and run with it again.
Gotcha.
I think I know for sure that had everything to do with him not falling on the ball there.
Okay, well, I got a story for you two. I'll tell it later. But first, I want to say hi to Derek McLaughlin all the way from California and Taya July from Florida watching on Facebook Live. So we appreciate that. That ball's in the air. Is it? Oh, did
he caught
he caught his own pass. He Brett Favre'd it, right?
It looked like it, yeah. They're dangerous again.
Yeah. Fun stat there. Brett Favre's first completion in NFL history was to himself. Oh, boy. Flirting with disaster there.
We're just waiting, aren't we? We're just waiting for that big play. Who's going to make it?
Yeah.
Man in motion. The give is to Nukana.
North is not falling for this. They've got to shake some things off. I'm sorry. Bettendorf's offense is not. This is play calling from the last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 years ago. Like I said, look at North's defense. They look over quickly at their sideline and they look over at Bettendorf. So watch what they're calling. They've got him scouted well.
And this is a 3rd and 15 situation. This is where you wish he would not have caught his own pass. Ended up losing yardage on that play. Yeah, you're looking at a 37-yard field goal if they don't get any more yardage. And the handoff is given to Cole. Cole makes the first man miss, but only gets about 2-3 yards on the play.
Comes the field goal.
Hicks slow to get up on defense. Looks like he's all right. And here comes that field goal unit. And it's Peltzer. Peltzer is the field goal guy for this team.
1.
Kane just kicks off.
Tell you what, though.
Peltzer 1 for 3 on the season now.
Peltzer's a wrestler for the Bettner Bulldogs, though. He's scrappy.
A lot of pressure.
No good.
No good. Well, they had about 3 men right up the gut there.
I know.
And we continue to be scoreless.
Continue.
This is fun tonight, though.
Except for Kidwell. Is he still here?
I think he had to go.
All right, so you mentioned that carry for 18 yards, right?
Yes.
And thought that he might want to repeat that, right?
Yep.
Fun story not too long ago. At about the 45 there on the east side of this, west side of this end zone, they decided to let me return a punt for the Bettner Bulldogs when we were up 48-0. It was about time to let me play.
Yeah.
Catch is no good there in the flat. You're not supposed to pick up a punt if it hits the ground. I did. I made a little move because I saw a big guy coming at me, and then the second guy hit me really hard. So, yes, I can see how you want to pick up a loose ball, but sometimes it doesn't end up in a fun time.
Nope.
I might have had a concussion, but there was no concussion protocol back then. Here's a pass attempt. Now, that's picked. Nope.
Incomplete.
Incomplete.
So they tried to hit Wiseman again on that slant.
Cole almost picked that off, or he got a hand on it.
That was not a good pass right there by BB. Well, Kidwell's gone, but Celia looks like she's still here. So.
Oh, good. Yeah, there she is. She's waiting for that big play, that ticket to the homeroom play.
It's all about patience.
Mm-hmm.
BB back to pass. BB trying to hit the man on the flats. Got him, but not much there on third down.
You got to lead him just a little bit.
Yep, so punting situation.
Yeah.
Right? Again, that was
7:15 left in the third.
That was Tyson Hill on the catch for North.
Yeah, 4th and 6 on their 24. Definitely punting the ball away. Nimkina back to receive for the Bulldogs.
And you just got a feeling special teams or defense is going to be the way this first score is. So maybe Nimkina can break one off here for the Dogs. A lot of pressure. Gets it off. It's a short kick. He's got a chance to return it. Nice block.
Was an interesting block, and it comes in. That came in really late.
Penalty
I
thrown.
said that block, and I wish we had any type of instant replay. That block was an interesting block. What are we going to call here?
Yeah, he got to the side of him. He didn't quite get all the way around him. The referee closest to the play, though, was not the one to throw the flag.
Not the one that threw it.
And it is on the Bulldogs, so that will
they call
come
holding.
back. They did.
Not blocking the back. They called a holding. So, yes, it came from the referee on the south side of the field, not the one closest to it. Like I said, it was an interesting block. It was a big dog block, and I don't mean it in a Bulldog way. It was a big hit. But, yeah, they gave holding on the Bulldogs. Wiley doesn't like the call.
He's letting him know about it.
Oh, yeah, you can hear him. There's not enough fans in here to mute out what he's saying. Oh, he's still going. Yeah, they're going to let him know. But how often do you ever see anybody really, a referee dig into a football coach? They get away with a lot more than you do like in the baseball type of thing or basketball.
Yeah, or basketball. And I think a lot of that is fans are farther away. They don't really notice that going on so much. So there's not the showing me up kind of factor that baseball, all eyes are on that when that happens with the umpire. Basketball, well, heck, you can see what's going on in the court. But you got a 100-yard football field, you can kind of get away with more because they can't really hear you.
All the way from Washington State, watching on Facebook Live is Nolan Mosier's aunt.
Well, hopefully she's safe up there. I know they've had a lot of fires and stuff up in Washington State.
So hopefully you are safe up there, Anna Lynch Mosier. She says your aunt, your uncle, and cousin can't wait to see you play. And guess what? You get to watch him play on Facebook Live. So thanks for checking in.
Yeah, Mosier had not seen time tonight. He has split time the first two games. Coach going with his senior in this game tonight. So we'll see. And I talked to Coach Height, like I said earlier, that BB will be on a short leash tonight. So if things weren't going right, we would see Mosier. Just a sophomore. North fans are going to see a lot of Mosier here the next couple of years once BB graduates. And just, like I said, 6'4", strong arm kid.
6'4" sophomore. I love calling that out.
Yep.
Going to do great things for North.
No doubt.
All right, let's see what they do here. Bulldogs are taking over at their 40. 1st and 10, 6:38.
There's some hard running right there by Cole.
Yep, good second effort. Might have been some slight movement on the line, but great second effort.
We got a lineman down now for the Bulldogs. That's Blake DeLeon, slow to get up. Coach Wiley coming out on the field to check on Blake. And meanwhile, over on the north side, Quincy Wiseman is stretching out his legs a little bit. So, yeah, probably some cramping going on here both ways. A lot of these guys going, we look at Quincy Wiseman stretching. Wiseman plays both ways.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of tears on you after a while. I'm not sure of how much defense De Leon sees. And
No,
he's just tender on that leg right now, so I'm not sure if he twisted something or not.
Well, we're looking at 2nd and 4 on the Bulldogs 46.
De Leon, 6'3", 270 junior, will have a seat. And you don't want to be losing your starting offensive line against this defensive line, for sure. You can tell Dominic Wiseman just licking his chops right now on the 2nd and 4 play. And there's the give, and there's Dominic Wiseman.
Man, you nailed that one. That is a big loss in the backfield. Wiseman might have been spending more time in the Bettendorf backfield than Cole.
Dominic Wiseman today learned that he's been upgraded to a 3-star recruit by 24/7, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So his stock rising. People are starting to take notice. Again, just a junior.
Got to say hi to Jimmy Smith all the way from Milwaukee, watching his guy Nimkina play. And Levi Graham says he's watching all the way from overseas.
Go Brewers.
Cheering on Gold Wildcats, he is.
Going ahead, let it give and go. Throwing it deep, have a chance.
That's it. That's out. No, that's a catch.
There you go. That's a nice throw right there. But we got a flag on the field.
Uh-oh.
We'll see what this looks like. It might be defense offsides, if I read that correctly. We'll wait and see, though. A lot riding right now on this flag.
I can't. My eyes are on Wiley to see him if he goes crazy over this. He's already been in their ear once earlier in this quarter. Yeah, it's on North.
Yeah.
Bettendorf Bulldogs are cheering, so they're going to pick that up and wave it off.
So there you go. There's a big play, and all of a sudden, Bettendorf knocking on the door. They've been down here before, though. Come up empty.
It's a play. I don't know if it's a big play.
Well, I think it's big for Garden to get that pass down.
That's true. That's a confidence builder there. Bulldogs looking trip left.
Hand off to Cole. Cole, nice gain on first down.
That's a good 6 yards.
Meanwhile, Kane Schmidt over practicing some field goals on the sidelines. Not the field goal kicker. He's the kickoff specialist, but after a couple of misses tonight, maybe he'll get his chance here if fourth down occurs.
He's a dead ringer for his father, former Bettendorf linebacker Dave Schmidt, and great soccer player for him, too. So is Kane.
Second down and short, trips off to the left. All right, we'll hand off to Cole. Cole up the middle, got a little room, but trips over a defender on the ground.
That's going to be a first down.
He did get enough for the first. Down to 4.5 minutes to play. Still scoreless from Tuvel Stadium. Ball marked right at the 15-yard line. Same formation, trips to the left. Cole in the backfield. And some movement up front, the right guard. And so there's a mistake again.
Yeah, false start Bettendorf. And yeah, you don't want to have that when you're in the red zone.
That makes it a first in 15 situation from the 20-yard line. Garden, bobbles the snap, gets it off to Cole, pitches, and Cole trying to make something out of this. maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. That was, again, flirting with danger for the Bulldogs. High snap on the play. And now a couple North players are slow to get up. That's Amir Lomas, number 27, I believe. One of their top tacklers. He is up on his feet now, and he's got to have to come off because they stopped the play, so he will leave. We'll see if the Bulldogs can take advantage of getting Lomas out of the game. Lomas, very good tackler for this Wildcat team. Came into tonight with 13 and a half tackles on the season, 6 tackles for loss.
There we go. See what we got going on here.
Second, 15 from the 20. Garden hands off again.
got
A
it.
huge hole for Cole.
Big hole.
All the way down. Gain of 10 on the play. So 3rd down and 5 upcoming.
This is a must score for the Bulldogs. I mean, I don't want to, again, get too cliche or anything like that, but 2:50 left in the 3rd quarter. They've got 0 field goals.
And up is Cole. Cole with some room down to the 5.
Second effort gets him down to goal line at the 1.
1st and goal for the Bulldogs.
Oh, they called a touchdown.
No, it's I think
Oh,
it's still
first down. Sorry.
First down.
Yeah.
Well, if you're the defense now, you're just concentrating on Cole.
And he's in.
He walks
in.
right in. We finally have some points on the board, Jay.
Yep.
Impressive drive right there by the Bulldogs, and they did it on the ground. We talked at halftime, you got to establish that ground game. And the first drive of the 3rd quarter, they threw the ball. This time, they went on the ground, and look what happened. They got it in the end zone.
And I'm really hoping for the young Pelzer here to put this through just to give him a little bit of confidence after missing 2 field goals. I hope the PAT goes through because, it doesn't matter if you're wearing the black or the white here. You never want to see a young student athlete struggle. And he would have nailed it, so let's see what happens here.
Yep, they blew the whistle before the kick, so I think he's going to have to kick it again. Everyone's cheering, but half the team walking off the field, but that whistle definitely came before that kick, and they'll redo it. High snap.
And he's got it. Good for him. Good for Josh Pelzer. Good comeback for him.
So 2:19 to go in 3rd quarter. It's the Bulldogs striking first tonight. 7-0. We'll see now how North responds.
This is again, yes. North needs to come right back. Show that doesn't bother them in any way. This is just this was a heavyweight fight. This is just a round win right now. They knocked them down. I would say the majority of the time, if we're going into the 8th or 9th round, North is winning 10-9, 10-9, 10-9. This is a knockdown. It's a 10-8. Now North has to come back.
Wow. Get Pat up here in the booth and look.
Look at me go. Yeah.
Wow.
Get out of here. I want to say hi to Brant Carter's listening all the way from Hillsdale, Michigan. He says, "Let's go Cats." It's a lot of fun to hear all these places where people are watching. This is great that people get to tune in and watch former Mississippi Athletic Conference football. I'm so used to that. It's what I grew up on. But
yeah, they haven't played in 3 years, so
Yeah.
it's nice to see these two schools playing a close game.
Yeah.
Playing a game where both these teams are quality teams is a lot of fun.
Is this going to be his first? Yep.
First return.
Gets hit hard at the 20, makes it out to the 21. So this is it. This is what we want to see from the Davenport North offense. We want to see how they respond to this. And for Bettendorf's defense now, this is what the defensive coordinator said at halftime. Like, we got to hold them. We're gonna score. You guys need to hold them. You can't keep allowing them to think they have a chance.
And if you're North, you don't do anything different because what you've been doing, you haven't scored yet, but you've been moving the ball. So you keep that up tempo. You keep those quick passes. You look for that. Maybe the Quincy Wiseman again on that slant pattern. Giovanni Morales in motion. He'll get the carry and then loses yards on that play. Little jet sweep there with Morales in motion. Bulldogs all over it. What you don't want to do if you're North is go 3 and out. You at least need to move the chains here.
Yeah.
Trips to the right. Morales and Wiseman out there. Back to throw. And under a lot
backside.
of pressure. BB loses the ball.
The ball. Think he got it.
He got it back, but
he lost some significant
third
yards.
and a mile coming up.
Yeah.
You can just sense things have just turned here.
Bettendorf defense really got to stop me. Oh.
Screen pass. There's Hill. Hill's got
to
the
go anywhere.
And not anywhere to run on that.
Very, very long. Punt team's going to come out. Bettendorf defense is feeling confident here.
And a lot of this, we're early in the season and kids graduate and new kids come up. But this program has been here before. Bettendorf. They've been in these situations before. This is all new to North. Being in a competitive game at Tuval Stadium, this is new. And that cannot be really understated, I don't think. When something goes wrong, do you let it snowball?
Not a bad punt, but it's going to be returnable, obviously.
He's got a block. There's a flag
on
the
play. And he's going to cut in. Great return. Wonderful return, but it does not look good.
This is coming back.
Yeah,
and number 23 over there is the guilty party, I believe. Landon Butler came off the field with his coach giving him an earful. And he just threw his helmet on the sideline, I believe.
That's not good.
Oh, that wasn't Butler who did that. That was another play. I want to make sure I get that right. Cameron Figs lost the helmet.
Okay. And
there's Coach Wiley on the field again.
There might be a time to have a talk with the young student athletes that the crowd's not as loud as it used to be because there's not many in attendance. So maybe we should watch how loud we talk, what we say, or whatnot. That's all. That's all I'm throwing out there. Maybe we just want to hold ourselves accountable and, not say some things at first things that come to our mind.
Still giving an earful right now to that line judge. Maybe he's just trying to fire up his team a little bit.
I'm not talking about Wiley. I'm talking about the young student athletes throwing their helmets and talking. I could hear them as well. So that's all, yeah. Now, coaches, they can do it until the referees tell them, hey, knock it off. They can give the earful all they want. They know how to toe that line. They're like 3-year-olds.
All right, this should be the last play of the third quarter.
And Keenan motion goes back a flat.
And they go right back to the run.
Yeah. And why wouldn't you? This is the last play of the third quarter, like you said. It's going to be 7-0.
So it took a while, but we finally got on the board there. Late in the third quarter, Cole scoring the touchdown. Bettendorf starting to kind of control the line of scrimmage a little bit in the second half. We'll see what happens here as we head to the fourth quarter. But I wouldn't expect anything different from the Bulldogs. Just run it until North stops you.
Yeah, it's There's no need to change anything. We saw out of Gayton in the first half. Sometimes he throws an erratic ball. Sometimes he doesn't know doesn't know where to throw it when he needs to release it. And I would just continue to just keep pounding it with Cole over and over again. And walk away from this that your head held high and give all the praise to Davenport North and the program and what they're building.
Yeah. Yeah, win or lose, Davenport North has proven they are worthy of this stage tonight. There's no doubt about that, and it's nice to see. And like I said, everyone's making the playoffs. Both these teams, they might play again. Who knows?
Yeah.
That said, there's still plenty of time, 1 quarter to play, and North needing to come up with a stop on defense. There's the handoff. A little bit of room thanks to some nice wiggling at the line of scrimmage there by Cole. Able to get a couple yards out of that one, but a third down and a big third down upcoming for this North defense.
The big difference in that third quarter is, and at halftime, for those who are just tuning in, we talked about the speed of Davenport North and how the offense looked. But when you put up negative 22 yards, thanks to our friend Matt Koss, negative 22 yards in a quarter, that's never going to add up to anything good for your offense and or the scoreboard. And they are passing.
Under a lot of pressure, and Quincy
just
Wiseman was
third now
sniffing that one out on defense.
And now it's going to be 4th and 5. That was an interesting play call.
I mean, that's a 1/10 of a second away from a pick six right there.
Yeah.
Why not just hand it off? Here we go, though. 4th and 5, and offense staying on the field right now. This is interesting. Is this a hard count?
Hard count. Try to get the young, like you said, you mentioned earlier, a lot of them playing both ways. And they're a little bit younger. They're new to this thing.
Defense.
Try to get them. That's going to pooch it, right? It's a pooch situation.
There we go.
It is. There's the pooch. Get down there. And Keena runs down there. Good second effort. First, seems like he was going for a nice little jog.
There you go.
But yeah, they didn't even go for the hard count. Just went for the pooch, and it worked out Bettner's favor. And, they might be able to pin him back if you're at negative 22 in the quarter for offense. Maybe their defense just feels fine playing this way.
That's fitting. That is a fitting highlight right there for this game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
A little pooch punt. The ball will be marked out at the 4-yard line. And that's a long way to go for the Wildcats. Needing a touchdown to tie things up.
Well, long ways to go, but this could be a season-defining drive here.
Man in motion's Morales. Give is
That's not
to the back. Can't really tell who that was. Looks like it's Hill. And he'll lose some yardage. It is Hill.
Man, at this situation, I'm sorry. Just go on a go route. Try to either go for the home run or maybe a pass interference. Do something. You got to shake something up. Don't do a handoff back here when you're pinned this deep.
He's trying to get a little bit of room, but that did not work.
There it is.
Out of his end zone. He's got a man.
There it is.
Made the first man miss. Made the second man miss. Isaac Griffith still on his feet all the way down to the 24-yard line.
First down, Wildcats.
Nicely done there. Griffiths made a couple of men miss, and now they got some space and some room to work. Plenty of time still. 10.5 minutes to go. Trips out to the right. Back to throws BB. BB swings it
he throws.
way over the head of Morales. A lot of pressure on that.
9:14 left in the third quarter. Pleasant Valley is up on Davenport Central 31-7.
Jeffrey Spear, the defender, all up on the grill of Mr. Beebe. Back to throw, Beebe. Beebe under pressure again. Rolls to the right, still looking. Out to the 25. He's got to run now. And we'll run out of bounds right around the 30.
Just coming out of halftime, Assumption leads Central to Witt 24-6.
That's a quality win right there for Assumption if they hang on to that one. Griffin Little out of the game here on 3rd down and 6 from the 28. Back to throw, under pressure, rolling, looking.
He's got him.
Got a man.
Is that a catch?
They're saying
no
incomplete. That'll bring out the punting unit. So good job prolonging that play. Cameron Stokes, the intended receiver along the sidelines, just could not pull that one down. And now the Cats will have to rely on their defense once again. Short punt. Takes a nice bounce for the Cats and will roll out of bounds around the 42-yard line. Good starting position upcoming here for the Bettendorf Bulldogs. Roland Glenbine, Jay Foster bringing you the game tonight here from Tuvel Stadium. Beautiful night for football, crisp 50 degree, about 55 degrees maybe. Perfect football weather.
For a homecoming game, we said this before last time, Bettner will probably just give the ball to Cole here, but that was at 3rd and 5 when they tried that pass. So we'll see what Bettendorf elects to do here.
10 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. 7-0 Bulldogs up on the Wildcats. Little play action.
Nice play action.
And he's got a nice move.
Yep.
That
first down.
Zach Garden showing off the legs right there, moving the chains into Wildcat territory. Yeah, Jay, really no reason to put the ball in the air.
Well, I've been surprised before by this offense tonight. So
there's the handoff right up the middle. There's Cole. And that plays on first down.
That's good for 3. Ken's calling where else? He's calling on QCSportsnet.com and also calling on Fox what?
QCSportsnet.com.
Mm-hmm.
And then Fox Sports Radio, 12:30 a.m. has the game as well. So if you're in the Quad City area on the radio, it'll be Fox Sports Radio. And then Ken Jacoby has the game over the internet on QCSportsnet.com. Here's Cole again. Cole running hard.
It's
just a little bit short.
Real close, yeah. It's Ken Jacoby on Twitter. Your RG3 on TV.
RG3 on TV.
On Twitter. Jay Foss, JAY_FOS. I want to remind everybody you can also tune in to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 1170 AM, noon to 2, Monday through Friday. They let me talk about sports. I have no idea why, but I think it's because
it's fine. But when you get off on the reality TV show stuff,
I know. But hey, man, someday I'm going to be on Big Brother, so it's all worth it. I'm not going to be on 90 Day Fiancé or anything like that, but someday I'm going to be on Big Brother. I think it's because I bring all this fancy camera stuff.
There's the give.
And there's the first down. 8 minutes going down. Clock's going down. Well, yeah, they're going to stop to move the chains, but.
Well, North somehow they got to find a way to make a play on defense. That's what you got to be thinking right now. You got to sell out. You know they're going to run the ball. Sell out. Get in there. Try to strip that ball. Try to make a play right now.
Well, yeah. Why wouldn't you just stuff 8, 9, 10 in the box and make it go after it and make them beat you in the air? Because they're not going to. I don't know why not. I mean, at this point, go for broke. I mean, just lay all out. And there we.
All right, that
tell
works.
You what, all night long, though, I've said it. I feel like I've said it every drive they have. Cole's second effort has been really impressive the entire night.
No, he runs hard. It's impressive for sure. And maybe he's that guy. We were talking about who's going to be that guy. We talked about Tynan. Maybe Cole's really going to be the guy this year to carry this team.
Second and 9 on Davenport North's 33. 7-0 Bulldogs in the fourth quarter here. Just under 7 minutes left.
Here they are back to throw.
He's
wide
got him
open.
Wide. He's got him wide. There's a flag on the play, and he dropped it.
Wow.
There's a flag on the play.
We'll check out the flag.
Open.
Almost too much air under that ball, though, for Garden. Allow the defense to kind of catch up. And they're over there talking to Wiley, and the defense, or the offense is walking backwards.
Yeah.
So this will be on the Bulldogs. What do they want to do though? It'll be 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9 if you decline it. I didn't see that. Was it a holding?
I saw the flag. I was too busy watching the air.
I guess if it's a 10-yard penalty, you got to take it here, just field position wise. But 3rd and 9 is tempting as well, and Coach Height taking his time to make his decision.
Take your time making the decision. Get some air in those lungs. Those young Wildcats, some of them playing both ways.
I mean, you only get so much time.
I know. I don't know. No.
They are going to decline it, it looks like. So that's a tough call. It was a legal man downfield, what the penalty was. Third and 9. We've been saying it's been the play of the game all day, but this one might be, especially for North's defense. Numkana in motion. The give is to Cole right up the gut, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Yeah. Move to 4th and 5. Nah, long 5, maybe 4th and 6 now.
Yeah, at the 30-yard line, you could go for it here. But I elect a punt in this situation and just try to pin him down
Another
deep
pooch.
again.
It's going to be another pooch situation, or, yeah, because maybe a hard count
Offense
again.
still on the field. Play clock down to 15. This might be take your time out, too, here in a second. I don't know. Play finally comes in.
No,
Play
they're going
clock
to take
down to
yeah,
8
they're
seconds.
Just going down they're going to take delay a game, and then they're going to pooch it, right?
We're down to
3,
4, 3,
2.
2.
Nope, here we go.
A little reverse. There's Numkana.
Oh, and he's
wide
got
open.
the air for the room for it, and he's going to go. That's an interesting call, and great second, third run effort by Numkana. There you go.
Well, that's the play of the game right there.
That's the play of the game. Told you someone's going to take the brass ring. The play of the game, best call of the game by far. I'm impressed by Bettendorf's offense on that call.
And what we talked about with Pat Militich when he was up here, how do you slow down a defense that quick? Misdirection. Right there, there's your misdirection, and it pays off big time for the Bulldogs. Especially in a situation like that, 4th down, everyone's selling out on Cole. You just run the reverse. Beautiful play call by this Bulldog coaching staff.
That's in. Cole's in. That's good for 6.
And with just 5:49 to go, the Bulldogs, maybe not the final nail, but definitely a big nail tonight in this ball game. And what has been everything we expected, I think. Both these teams have shown up and put on a show this evening.
What I like about it is, for those who are tuning in from all over in different time zones or whatever else, we have Wildcat fans, we have Bulldog fans. There are Bulldog fans and they're saying like, "Oh my goodness, this would have been continuous clock in my day." And there's Wildcat fans saying like, "Go Wildcats, this is great." This is what we talked about before the game, that this was going to be a closer game than what we have expected in this series. And right now we're looking at 13-0 with the extra point.
It's
good.
Just snuck it in there. Yeah, we talked about in pregame. They've won 29 out of the 30 matchups.
Yeah.
The Bulldogs have. They've won 17 straight, and none of them have been closer than 29 points.
So
it just kind of illustrates how one-sided and the series has been. Not tonight. And the future is bright if you're a Davenport North Wildcat. There's a lot of youth on this team. We talked about the young quarterback, Mosier. We talked about Dominic Wiseman's just a junior. They're a good team now, but they got this. Coach Height has this program going in the right direction.
Oh, 100%. And he's a phenomenal dude also, too. Like, I've had him on the show, Don't Hassle Us for Local. I enjoy his enthusiasm, the way he talks about this program, and he highlights young student athletes. He puts the student first before the athlete. So I really enjoy everything he's doing there for Davenport North.
And the big thing is we look over at the north sidelines, look how many helmets there are. Look how many kids there are. And it's so much a numbers game. That hasn't been the case at Davenport North. They haven't got that number of kids out for football in the last decade. And that's changed. And that comes from the last couple of coaching staffs. That's building it. Getting kids excited, going to the middle school kids, getting them excited and involved. And that's something Bettendorf does great. I mean, you look at the younger ranks and the program that they got here, and that just comes from, you winning state titles and being up at the Dome every year. Kids grow up, they experience that, they want to be a part of that, and that's hard to build sometimes for programs. But North is in the right direction right now, and they got those numbers out. You got those kids coming out and wanting to play and seeing some success, and that's only going to create more excitement for those younger kids. And, my son's watching right now. He's 9 years old. He can't wait to get on that field one day. And, he's not alone. That's how you build programs.
100%. And like we said, although you may not be able to get to watch these games, it's good for them to be able to watch these things on YouTube or Facebook Live, to watch people that you look up to and see them on the internet. This isn't something you and I had growing up.
No.
So you had to stay up and watch the highlights from our friends at KWQC, WQAD, WHBF. Assumption is leading 31-6 right now with 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
This is returnable.
It is.
There's our man, Peter Fan. Oh, flying through the air.
Great hit. Great open field tackle.
We'll see what North can do. You want to see them get a nice drive here. Get something positive.
Yeah.
It's far fetched, not impossible, but down 14 with 5 minutes to go. But just get something positive going right now. Move the ball. And you're going to the playoffs. Why not? You don't have to worry about this loss ruining your season. This loss can actually be a defining loss for this program. Nice job by Morales. Good concentration, hanging on to the pass. Not much yardage, however. You talked about it. You'd like to see him take a deep shot. Yeah. You got Quincy Wiseman. You'd like to see him try to hit Wiseman deep here.
Know that you have it in your Rolodex, your repertoire, that you can come back to it later in the playoffs. Know that it's there. There's a
flag.
It's probably going to be a holding, don't you think?
Yep, I do. And right now, the line of scrimmage being controlled by this Bulldog. We're talking about needing to go deep. He just doesn't have the time to do that right now.
5:38 left in the game. Pleasant Valley leads Davenport Central 31-7.
So that sets up a big one, and we'll talk about that here, I guess, maybe when the game's over a little bit about next week. But that's going to set up a fun game next week.
Oh, yeah.
Always fun no matter what the records are, but when both teams are good, it makes it even better.
Yeah, we'll make sure next week to have Matt Koss on the air to talk about that matchup, amongst other things. Maybe I'll reach out to Bobby Metcalf. He's a former Pleasant Valley. He is a Pleasant Valley alum, former Pleasant Valley student, but he works for the Quad City Times as well. He does a great job, but we always have a good time going back and forth about that.
There's the deep shot.
That was well too covered.
Cole's got the interception.
Yeah,
he's got some room.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're Happy Joe's Taco Pizza player of the game. By the way, they're not a sponsor. I'm just making it up. Your player of the game is Cole.
Well, we do love Happy Joe's.
Nimkina was that he has a player of the game. Cole was just a guy that over and over again has been just the second, third, and fourth choice for the Bulldogs when they needed it. And so, yeah, with that pickoff, pretty much ices the game with 5:10 left.
No doubt about it. Big game for him, and And that's good to see. We talked about there had to be a player step up, and there's no doubt Cole stepped up tonight for the Bulldogs. And he'll get some much-deserved time on the bench now. Some new faces come out on the field here for the Bulldogs. Garden still at quarterback. There's the new back in the game, and there's a nice run right there, first down. Is that Terry Dunn? Is that number 6?
Yep.
Terry Dunn.
Junior running back.
It's done again.
Yeah.
Cuts back.
They hit hard there after that. But
I think it's Lomas on the stop for North.
Second and goal. 4:30 left. I think at some point probably Bettner is going to punch us in. But walking away from this 14, 20, or 21 from nothing is not going to really be the score of this game at all.
No.
It was a second half. It was the first half, second half. Bettendorf's defense, whatever their defensive coordinator said in the halftime, really came through. Like I said, thanks to our friend Matt Cosaquasi Times, Davenport North had minus 22 yards in the third quarter. Some turnovers in the fourth, and Bettendorf just really went to the running game. That's got to be offsides offensive for the Bulldogs. But I do say a lot of it, if you're Bettendorf's offense going against Pleasant Valley next week, there's some serious question marks.
Yeah, and I have not seen PV play this year, so I can't speak too much to what they bring, but they're undefeated.
Yes.
They beat a very good North Scott squad, and picking up another win tonight, it looks like. So here's to give to Dunn. Dunn's got a big hole. Will walk into the end zone.
Dunn's got his touchdown.
Yeah, the score will not be indicative of this effort tonight by the Wildcats. But both these teams have a bright future this year, I feel like.
Yeah, when it comes to the playoff time, I mean, Bettendorf will not want to see Davenport North, and whoever Davenport North has to see, if they're definitely not going to take them lightly. Pilser with the extra point, good for him. So he's 3 for 3 for extra points tonight, 0 for 2 on field goals. But those are sometimes you have to look at things and you have to look at the good parts of the game, and you don't really want to, as a coach, teacher, or whatever else. When you have a young student athlete, you don't want to point out some of the things. He's gonna know that he missed 2 field goals. What you have to do is you have to say you bounce back with 3 extra points and we're good to go, and those field goals will find their way.
Yeah, because they might need them next week.
Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna need them next week. So.
Of course, next week we talked about PV, Bettendorf, always a great game. Meanwhile, Davenport North next week, they will take on Muscatine back over at Brady Street Stadium. I'll be on the mic for that one over on QC Sportsnet. For all those fans out there, Miss Mosier out in Washington and everything, we'll have North for you play-by-play, QCSportsnet.com.
Is that going to be on Friday night as well?
That will be Friday night.
Cool.
So
now, does Brady Street, are they on the whole, not Brady Street, Davenport Community School District's football teams, are they on the whole, 3 tickets for every person for every player or coaching staff or anything?
2, I believe it's 2, but
okay.
It might be 3 for a couple of them. Every school's kind of got their own thing. Whoa, line drive kick. Nicely picked up there. Look at the moves.
Yeah.
Was that Lomas? That was nicely done. Actually, was it 24?
Yeah, it's 24.
24, nice play right there for sure. Ball kicked right at him. Made some moves, and Makai Jacobs name we have not called tonight. Makai Jacobs, a very good basketball player. This is we talked about the steps they made on football. Davenport North went to state last year in basketball. Future's bright there, too. Just a good future, and they've always been good in baseball and girls basketball. So here's BB still in the game, has his man wide open.
That's a nice cut back in.
Sure
it's
is.
First down and some more. They're in
That'll move the
Bettendorf
chains.
territory. They're at the 40.
That was Griffiths again. Isaac Griffiths has had a nice night receiving. We got a man down on the far sideline. It's like a Bulldog player. Can't really tell who it is.
I can't either. We're going to find out here soon, though.
Coach Wiley going to check on him, but not before he has a few words with the referee. I mean, come on, Coach.
Just to check
you got a
in.
player down.
Just to check and let him know that he's still here. Yeah.
Oh,
Still getting earful. Yeah.
man.
That's great.
So we talked about next week. Let's look at the rest of the schedule. So Bettendorf first. They got PV next week, and then they finish up at Muscatine and at Brady Street against Davenport West. Some winnable games there those last 2 weeks. And then for Davenport North next week, back home. Actually, the rest of their season is over at Brady Street, all 3 games. They got Muscatine, Davenport Central, and then Pleasant Valley. I believe that PV game is on a Thursday night to wrap up the regular season.
It's going to be a great game.
Yep,
That's going to be a highlight game there for Thursday night.
no doubt. North could go into that 1-5-1 right now. If I had to put my money somewhere, I would guess 5-1. PV, who knows?
They could be undefeated. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, North's going to be riding high at 5-1, I believe, going into that game, and rightfully so. They should be very proud of going into it, and they should want to go in there and defend their home field.
That'll be a big game. Everyone makes the playoffs, but seeding is a thing, and you win a game like that, it might be the difference between a home and away game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So the injured player is up on his
43.
feet. Is that 42 or 43?
If it's, we don't want it to, for the Bulldogs. We left our binoculars at home for the Bulldogs. You don't want it to be Schmidt, but again, I think that might be coming up lame walking off there.
It does look like that,
Yeah.
especially in a game that's been decided.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to see either way is an injury right now.
Yep.
3:26 to go. Schmidt makes his way off to the sideline, and North's ready to go. And back to pass, high in the air. Giovanni
Big
Morales.
hit.
Morales pulls it
Hit by
down, but
Cole.
not much there. About 5 yards.
Nothing for nothing, but it's 21-0, and I understand that you want to get your legs underneath there, get all 4 quarters before you play a full game against Pleasant Valley. But after Schmidt just came up lame, I think maybe it's time to pull Cole from the game too. And I'm not a defensive coordinator nor a head coach, but there are other players out there.
BB throws over the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, had a man, but short. Looking to hook up with Quincy Wiseman. Heavy pressure again by the Bulldogs. So 3rd down and 6. This is definitely 4-down territory for North. They'll send trips to the right. Rolling to the right is BB. BB under pressure, and he's going to go down hard.
4th and long.
That's Jeffrey Spear right there on the sack. And 4th and 16 upcoming for the Wildcats. Well, you throw it up at this point, right? Send Wiseman down there. Use his jumping ability to pull something down, perhaps.
Hits as he throws.
It wasn't long enough anyway.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been long enough either way. So there's your turnover and downs. 2:12 left.
And
mean,
what we
it's
noticed
gonna
here
be
in the
what it
second
is.
half, Jay, is more pressure on BB. And
Yes.
and I talked about it earlier. The one Achilles heel this North team really has is that young offensive line. And you start 2 sophomores up front, And that's the one thing that worries me about how far this team can actually go is you just got to have time to throw. When you have 4 receiver sets, you got to have time to throw the ball. And we've noticed there hasn't been a lot of time to throw the ball here in the second half for Davenport North.
Absolutely, it was the Bettendorf defense that put the Bettendorf offense in situations that they could win this game, which they're going to win, as we'll see here soon. The Bettendorf defense really came through in the second half. We mentioned
there's a fumble.
Yeah, guys, just put a knee down. So anyway, I don't know, getting snaps or whatever else. That's good. I guess reps. I have no idea, but. It was the Bettendorf defense that really came through in the second half for this, and we talked about at halftime, like, what would you say for adjustments, doing whatever else? If they said, hey, these guys believe they're in it, you guys have got the history, the tradition, and we've been in this situation. You're in Tuvel Stadium, defend it, and the defense really came through.
Yeah. And Cole did a great job.
Oh, yeah, when it comes down to the offense, Cole,
sure.
And then the one play by Nemkina. And Dunn, he's running great right now in these last 2 series.
And what it is you got a team that's defeated right now, a team that started to believe in themselves. And we talked about the mental part of the game. The longer they stood in it, the more confidence, and you saw a much different North team in that first half because they were playing with all the confidence in the world.
100%.
The confidence has all gone out the window here, the last 5-6 minutes of this ball game, and there's just a different energy on this North defense, and that's human nature. That's going to be any game. You take a team out of it mentally.
I do feel like I will go back and watch this game and try to figure out where the deflated part for Davenport North came, because you had to go in there, give a speech, and be like, you guys got this. You guys won the first half. The tail of the tape, you guys have this. It's the Rocky Four. He's not a machine. He's cut. The Russians cut. And I want to go back and look and find out the play that maybe that it took the air out of their sails, and I don't know what it could be. You'll talk to Coach Height and you'll ask, what do you think happened or whatever else. Like, what'd you say at halftime? And I will always be interested because they were playing so well. And remember, even when I pointed out, at first I'm like looking at them like, man, do they have swagger? Are they having swagger? But then I'm like, no, they have them scouted. They were looking at the Bettendorf offensive calls and sideline. They're scouted that well. There has to be a play, and I'll go back and look at it to figure it out where it just kind of changed. But it was the Bettendorf defense that got the offense ability to score. And if Pelzer hits those 2 field goals, you're actually looking at a 27-0 game. But, North missed a field goal as well, so 27-3 maybe. But I don't think it has anything to do with the special teams at all.
No. And I'm trying to rack my brain, too, to think about what that play was. And it is more of a snowball thing. One thing just kind of led to another. And
like throwing gasoline on a fire. That's what Nuke Lulu should say.
It's done again. Done.
Yeah, and that's going to be at the last play of the game, I believe. 38 seconds, 37 running down. 21-0. Again, that score isn't exactly the way it looks, and I'm sure when you pick up your Quad City Times tomorrow and read Matt Koss, he'll say the same things. He'll say nothing but high praise for the Davenport North Wildcats. And again, Bettendorf Bulldogs winning again. They've done this since 1997. They've beaten them, and now, what was this, 30 out of 31?
30 out of 31 overall, yep, and 18 straight.
Final thoughts. Cole is the player of the game. Nemkina's run was huge. Those will be the things that I'll stick out the most that I have out of this.
Yeah, and that was still a 7-0 game at that point when Nemkina, and that might be your play. I think that definitely the momentum had shifted at that time, but the door was open for North to make a stop there, get that ball back, and they had a 4th down and 6. They make the stop there. All of a sudden, the wind's back in their sails, and who knows? To call that reverse play, I think that definitely was the big moment there. I would definitely say for Bettendorf. And moving forward, for final thoughts on Bettendorf, hey, this was a team I talked about needing to find themselves, find their identity. Who are they? Are they the team that lost to Washington in week 1, or are they the team that came out and destroyed Central last week? And first half they looked more like the team against Washington. But, they finally established that running game, and that's, I think, who they need to be. They need to be that team that uses those big guys up front, moves the ball on the ground, use Cole, use use Nucana on the ground. Why not? And, you have to get Garden involved too. But that's who they need to be. And I think maybe they took a step in finding that out tonight. As for Davenport North, sometimes you learn more in a loss than you do in a win. I think a lot of times you do. And I think they sometimes I guess what I'm trying to say is a loss is good. And
it's just hard to tell that to a 17, 18-year-old.
Sure, but moving forward, Coach has this film, and they got a barometer. It's so much about seeing where you are, and Davenport West isn't going to show you that. Burlington's not going to show you that. Bettendorf showed you that tonight.
Yes.
North is improved, but they got a ways to go yet, and they learned that tonight. Now you take the film, and you can work on, hey, where do we need to get better? Where did we fall apart tonight? We got to see ourselves against the year in and year out elite program in the Quad Cities. We want to be that program moving forward. So I think it's all positive.
Yeah, you're doing great.
It's my character. This is all Jay right now with the earthquake. Close your eyes and listen.
Yeah.
You want to get that barometer, see where you are against a team like this. North saw tonight. They're not far away. This was not a 21-point game, really. They're not that far. Can they get there this year? They can win a playoff game. I don't know if they're ready to go to the Dome yet, but they're moving in the right direction.
100%. So, like you said, next week, Bettendorf at PV, Davenport North, they have Muscatine.
They have Muscatine next week.
You'll be calling that game?
I'll be calling that game on QC Sportsnet, QCSportsnet.com. Just log on there and follow me on Twitter, RG3 on TV. I'll give you some more information about how to find that game. For Miss Mosier up in Washington State and all the other Wildcat fans tuning in around the country, won't be on video, just be my lovely voice. All the soft tunes of the Davenport North Wildcats coming your way. We have every game over on QC Sportsnet, home and away through the playoffs, football and basketball. So there's my shameless plug. North fans, you have a home, QCSportsnet.com. And
thank you so much for doing this with me tonight.
Hey,
I had a blast. We had like 100. We had like 100, over 180, almost 200 on Facebook Live. We had almost over 60, 65 on YouTube. So that's a lot of people viewing. We had people on East Coast, West Coast, people that don't normally get to see their young student athletes play. So I want to thank you so much for answering my text to say, hey, are you interested in doing this with me? You did a phenomenal job. There's no way I could have done this without you. So I appreciate every minute that you've had here with me.
Well, this is awesome. And, if I ever have another free Friday night, we can definitely do this again because it's just fun. It's fun. And, when I do the QC Sportsnet, I'm solo most of the time. But it's fun doing it and, bouncing off some ideas. And it's also fun to get the reaction from people across the country and hear their thoughts, too. So, it's been a blast. And for sure, anytime, man. Anytime I'm free, you can have me.
All right. We appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, you can follow them, QCSportsnet.com. They'll be on the radio, and you can always watch us on ESPN 1170. Listen to us also Monday through Friday, noon to 2. We're Don't Hassles for Local. Congratulations to all the student athletes out there in Eastern Iowa, and continue to be safe and stay sanitized and all that good stuff. Thanks again, my man.
All right. Thank you, Jay.
Thanks, folks.